like a black hole swallow. Umar in the whip, fake smiles he borrow. Lying through the teeth, bank accounts all hollow. Truth dodging quicker than a shadow at Apollo. Spent the cash on powder nose like a Hoover. Promised revolution, but he a slick mover. We ain't fools, know the scam see through. Every dollar flipped to dust, dreams undo. The money gone, who we trusting? Nobody. Lying in your car, running games on somebody. Spent it on the white, now the truth ain't right. We not marching for a lie. Keep your story out of sight. Preaching to the masses, but the pulpit a rental. Stealing from the people, now the vibe's resentful. Coke dreams, hollow schemes, heart sentimental. You built a sandcastle, waves ain't gentle. Bank slips, forgery, truth in disguise. Promised the school, now the hope vaporized. Lying to the people, every word paralyzed. Marching for a fraud, now we ain't hypnotized. We see the cracks, we hear the calls. Empty wallets, broken walls. Spent the dreams on a snowball crawl. Now the people won't march at all. La, 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 la. La, 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 la.
Big Bubba, waiting in Umar cell. Yeah, FDMG scammer, they're real. Umar in jail, that booty getting there. Big Bubba waiting in the cell. So that he could get some. Lying to the owners of St. Paul's College, running game, telling them that he would be it. He used a lie to shoot a video to get it started. The PayPal scheme was finally born, that had his donations popping like popcorn. The scam was a long con, get the donors to invest in a 20-year donation marathon. Little devil, he went to the Breakfast Club and the scam shot to a new level. Interview after interview, his popularity grew. Umar was on cloud nine, the conscious con man bragged about being related to people he never knew. He was Frederick Douglass' cousin, Marcus Garvey's son. Umar would lie to God as long as the scam continued to run. All over the globe, the feds were taking notes. The scam was sloppy, he didn't stay on his toes. Taxes weren't filed, bills going unpaid. Umar thought he was John Gotti. Too much cocaine up his nose, beaming me up, Scotty. Tax evasion, fraud, embezzlement, all the charges, the allegations are serious. Your attorney needs to get started. The plea deal is on the table, sign on the dotted line. If you confess to your crimes, you might get less time. The evidence is just too damn much. If we had to get it all together, it would fill a truck. The scam is over, you just ran out of all your love. Scam King Kong booty is gonna get nailed. Oh yeah, it's gonna get nailed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna get nailed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna get nailed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna get nailed. Oh, I was a little dumb, created the FDMG scam so that he could get some, lying to the owners of St. Paul's College, running game, telling them that he would be it. He used a lot of shooter video to get it started. The PayPal scheme was finally born that had his donations popping like popcorn. The scam was a long con. Get the donors to invest in a 20-year donation marathon. Oh, Omar was a sneaky little devil. He went to the Breakfast Club and the scam shot to another level. Interview after interview, his popularity grew. Lying about being related to people he never knew. He was Frederick Douglass' grandson, Marcus Garvey's son. Omar would lie to God as long as the scam continued to run. Big Bubba waiting Umar cell. I said, Big Bubba waiting in Umar cell. Yeah, FDMG scam finally derailed. Umar now in jail. That big booty about to get nailed. Umar was his own worst enemy. Video after video exposing himself to the feds. The boy couldn't keep his mouth shut. Self-snitching all over the globe. The feds were taking notes. The scam was sloppy. Umar didn't stay on his toes. Taxes weren't filed. Bills going unpaid. Umar thought he was John Gotti. Too much cocaine up his nose. Beaming me up, Scotty. Tax evasion, fraud, embezzlement were the charges. The allegations are serious. Your attorney needs to get started. The plea deal is on the table. Sign on the dotted line. You know you are guilty. You might get less time. The evidence is just too damn much. If we had to get it all together, it would fill up a damn truck. The scam is over, Umar. You just ran out of love. Big Bubba waiting in Umar's cell. I said, Big Bubba waiting in Umar's cell. Oh, FDMG scam finally derailed. Umar, the scammer in jail. King Kong booty getting nailed. Oh yeah, it's gonna get nailed. Hit the cash app one more time. Hit the cash app one more time. He needs a bottle of wine. Big Bubba waiting in Umar's cell. Oh, yeah. Oh. 10 years gone, no bricks, no mortar. Promises drowned in still water. FDMG, just letters on a page. Dreams of a school trapped in a cage. Money collected, hands outstretched. But where's the proof? Where's the sketch? Where's the school? Where's the truth? You preach the gospel, but we need the proof. FDMG, what's the plan? What's the goal? A scam disguised, it's taking a toll. Tales of a palace for kings and queens, but the lot's still empty, just broken dreams. Preaching Pan-African, but spending on thrills. The academy's lost in unpaid bills. Donations flowed, hearts full of hope, but you tricked it off, left us to cope. Ooh. this ain't right. FDMG, a promise unkept. 10 years later, the people wept. Smooth talking sermons, vision sold, but the foundation's cracked, the truth feels cold. The snare drum taps like a ticking clock, time's up. Umar, no more sweet talk. Where's the school? Where's the dream? We're still waiting, but it's not what it seems. FDMG, what's left to say? You play the people, now debts to pay.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fall, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you are laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself. Did you hear me? Yes,
Good evening, everybody, and we're back with another show. I appreciate everybody coming in on this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you're tuning in from. You know what I'm saying? Hit the chat box to tell us where you're coming from. But I know here, man, this weather is gorgeous. I just spent the day, I was saying, out riding. I ride, you know what I'm saying? So I'm out, you know what I'm saying, on a Harley, whatnot. I had to go to a event at the Harriet Tubman Visitor Site down in Cambridge, Maryland. They unveiled a bust of Uncle Frederick down there at the Harriet Tubman Visitor Site. So I was down there, and then outside, you know, just take a ride, man. The weather is gorgeous. But I cut it short and come in here and talk to y'all about all this crap that's going on, man. We got to keep this going. But I'm going to say this right off the top. I'm not going to make a plethora of these videos on Umar Johnson. I personally, on behalf of my family, we're not giving him that type of attention. You know, he's not worth it. I want to, with what's going on, I feel the need to speak out on it and remind some people, some Johnny-come-latelys of some things that went on in the beginning. You know, like tomorrow we're going to touch on the fact that, people need to understand that this is not his first scam. This right here with this school here in Wilmington, this is not his first scam. There are at least 3 others. Matter of fact, I got a guest coming on tonight. This brother used to run with H-Rap Brown. He was in H-Rap Brown crew, and he talked, with Umar early on, and he was one of the first whistleblowers, like over 10 years ago. And so I want to bring him on to talk about the things that happened with the NOIA, and we're going to react to a video by Marquette Devon Burton, who's talking about, he said that he would buy the school. Said that he would buy one of the buildings, not the school, not the whole. Well, there is no school. These are abandoned buildings. There's no school. In order for there to be a school, there have to be children in it. It has to be functioning. Otherwise, it's just a building. And in this case, these are abandoned buildings. So there is no school. So this brother's talking about purchasing, I guess, one of the buildings and having Umar keep the other building or the other buildings or whatever. We'll see what he's talking about. And that way, with the money, Umar's able to pay off the debts and whatever, and then possibly, get closer to opening the school. So we'll see what he's talking about. We'll react to that. But that being said, we're going to see who's in the building while waiting for our guests to come on. It's brother Akbar Muslim. If you've been at this for a long time, you know who Brother Akbar is. Salute to Lee Solo. Hello. Lori IRL. Those songs are dope. Yeah, shout out to FDMG Scam Records. That brother is very, very talented. And if he's in the building tonight, I'll see him. I'll drop my link for the slide through. But that brother is also an accountant, and he did donate to Umar's school. Let's see. Hi, Black Anonymous. Let's make it back. Get his out of here. Too many real ones out here doing the work to let a sucker ruin it for us all. Consciousness ain't fake and it ain't dead. Just don't understand how this dude got this far. And this is true, Ash Clifton. This is very, very true. But you know, that leads to another question. You know, how much damage will what Umar has done to the conscious community? I mean, because you know how like a lot of times when one person messes up real bad, right? And then as soon as you bring up that particular thing or subject or that group of people, you know, up to people, they're like, oh Lord, no. Like I don't know how many of y'all old enough to remember Amway. Remember Amway? They would come and try to get you to sell that Amway stuff, and it was like a pyramid scheme and what have you, whatever. They got to the point where, you know, all you had to do was mention Amway, and everybody was like, "Oh, make it the hell out of here with that mess or whatever." And then they changed the name to Amway to something else to try to rebrand themselves because people, you know, so people knew that it was basically a scam. You know, so is that what's going to happen to the conscious community? Because look, you got Umar falling like a rock. I mean, he's like a meteor right now, catching fire. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And you had Brother Polite. You had, I think the worst one of them all was Young Pharaoh. They did like, but you know, really, there's some parallels to what happened to Young Pharaoh to what's happening to Umar right now. That's a whole nother show, though. Well, tell him, let me borrow. Hey, don't start nothing.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on, I got Poco. Hold on. Sorry about that. That was my son. But let me hold $5 today. Let me hold 20 till I get on my feet. I wasn't expecting a bailout. I doubt he'll take the offer. More likely he won't. You know what I'm saying? I believe that I don't believe he'll take the money because, you know, I don't believe that Umar ever had the intention of opening a school, and I'll tell you why. Now, this is a hint of what the show is tomorrow night. I called the real estate agent of St. Paul's College, you know, back in 2000. I want to say 16. It was 8 years ago. I called it was 16. It was 8 years ago. I called the real estate agent over at St. Paul's College. He said that they came in there and made that video of Umar like 6 miles down the road, and dude, you know what I'm saying, they're doing a video and Umar talking, he's talking like 8 miles down on the side of campus, coming across a wooden bridge. And he said that he hadn't heard from him since. All that stuff about, they're putting in a bid, all that kind of stuff, or whatever. Umar never put in a bid. He never talked. He never kept in contact with those people. That agent hadn't heard from him from the day he came and made that video and scammed those kids and making that video. And then there was an issue like before that. There was, which the brother is going to come on and talk about that. There was a building fund scam with the NOIA, and then there was a school in Detroit that he was trying to raise. He said he was trying to buy that school, want to raise funds for that, and said, and the owners of that building, one of which was the mayor of Detroit, sent him a cease and desist letter. And then there's this one here. There was never. We're going to break that all down tomorrow with Lene and Dr. Clay. And so Dr. Clay's making a comeback. So y'all tune in for that because Dr. Clay be having that fire for that dude. So yeah, man, this is like the fourth scam. This is like the fourth scam. This is the fourth one. So a lot of y'all that's coming in and be like, oh, I didn't know Umar was like that. No, man, we was telling you this way back in 2013. It was telling you this way back then. Hey, Black Anonymous, MLM scam. Salute. So yeah, man, none of this stuff is this ain't nothing new. It's been going on for a while. It's been going on, and tonight we're gonna. My brother keeps he's having a device problem, but tonight we're gonna get into this video, and I'll probably pause it in somewhere in between because Brother Akbar is having some technical difficulties. So we're going to share screen. If I can see where it's at, because I'm about blind as a bat. Here's it. Share screen. And this brother here, I don't know what he does for a living or anything, but he is talking about buying this property, and we're going to see what he's talking about. I'm going to let him do the talking. I don't like to talk over stuff or talk over people I'm interviewing or nothing like that. So we're going to see what he's talking about.
That will allow us to get the done deal. Actually, get the deal done. Meaning, like maybe it needs tile, maybe it help prevent.
I don't want people knowing about me. I went through the process with Delete Me, and it was super, super easy. In my report, I got to see how
that, and I hope that
just one more screenshot, and this SOP is finally done.
That it is in risk of being taken away, essentially by the state, the government that is, and auctioned, which means that all of that money donated will have been, thrown to waste. My sincere offer, and it's very clear that I can make this offer in sincerity and convert on it. My understanding is that Dr. Umar owes approximately $38,000 US dollars between utilities, back taxes, things like this. And in paying that bill, which is a manageable bill, he would be able to retain this real estate property, the land and the school buildings. So my offer is to, pending, of course, an inspection, and this can all be private between Dr. Umar and I, the inspection, the results of the inspection, the state of the actual buildings, all these things. Because I do acquire distressed assets. This is clearly a distressed asset, and I think that we can do something that'll both benefit potentially students that could learn there at the FDMG Academy. It'll certainly benefit the donors who want their dollars honored and not wasted. It will make sure that Dr. Umar is able to continue on the journey that he's on. And of course, there'll be something in it for me. As I said, it's a distressed asset. So essentially what would happen is this. My sincere offer is I will write the check for, $40,000 or so, however many dollars it is. I'll write the check for $40,000 if you would allow me to just obviously tour the properties, and if they meet at least a reasonable condition upon visual inspection, then I'll send a proper inspector through to see what the true challenges are of the buildings. What is the actual quality of the HVAC, the electrical wiring, and all the things that are needed to get the buildings functional. And pending the inspector coming back to me with a report that doesn't have anything too egregious, meaning too costly, such that the actual value of the buildings would be less than $40,000, which I don't foresee being the case, I would then basically, and my understanding is he has a number of buildings, maybe in elementary, middle, and high school, is that I would basically do the following. Whichever building is appraises best and is returned by the inspector to have a reasonable number of repairs needed to make the building functional and useful, I will take ownership of that building. So what I'm saying in short is that I will pay, pending an appraisal and pending a inspection of the property by a certified inspector, I will write the check to remove your utilities and tax burden, tax woes, in exchange for control of one of those buildings. The benefit for Dr. Umar is that he gets to retain the other buildings and continue on with whatever he was trying to do. Because right now, my understanding is that he's essentially pressed to acquire the capital quickly. And even if he were to raise it from his donors, which are probably shrinking in number of and frequency of and amount of, meaning amount that they're pledging, the frequency with which they pledge, and the number of persons pledging. So he needs quick capital, and quick capital has value. And if he would invite me over, I'll fly out to Delaware on my own penny, and I will inspect it visually. I'll immediately hire an inspector, get an appraiser in there, and then I'll write the check. And then, I'll have one of those buildings signed over to me. He gets to continue on with a significant amount of real estate that will continue to be in his name and at his disposal, and we'll both win, and he gets out of a tight situation. That is the proposal. And I do want to concede to everyone that, number one, I'm aware that he's blocked me on several platforms, and I don't blame him, frankly. I mean, I've cracked jokes, I've been critical, but this right here is bigger than Marquette Devon Burton. It's bigger than Dr. Umar Johnson. It's about you as a Pan-Africanist, a pro-Black person. You don't want this building and all the donations from Black people to basically go into the government's hands. And so
all right. That's the first part. What y'all think? I'm gonna bring on my co-host for tonight, Mr. I know him as Brother Akbar, but he goes by the name of Akbar Muslim. I'm gonna bring him on right now. Hey, what's up, Brother Akbar? You on mute? Hey, Brother Akbar. You still on mute, brother? You on mute?
Hello?
Hey, Brother Akbar, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, brother. How you doing? I'm just learning how to work this thing. It's my first time on your show. And
Yeah, so
I haven't done a show in so long. I'm out of the loop because that Umar thing, I was fighting this guy for like 8 years online and sometimes in public. And I tried to warn people. They kicked me off of Facebook. They doxed me. People told me I was a hater, that Umar was so valuable to the Black community and we just wanted to hate Umar and all this. And I did extensive research with a few people. I'm not going to mention their name, but 7 to 8 other people was on my team. And we dug real deep on Umar. Umar's been a phony. Plus, I meant to say, I am a member of the UNIA Marcus Garvey movement. And it's the Universal Negro Improvement Association. Even if you don't agree with the name Negro today, We done had a lot of names here in America. We done been changed into so many different peoples that no one else has. So let's get past that. Now, Umar, at first, I used to support Umar. So I first met Umar. I thought he was a prolific speaker and that he would be an asset to the UNIA to spread Garvey's economic platform across America. Because that's one of the reasons why I joined the Marcus Garvey movement and loved Marcus Garvey, because he was about economics, just like Booker T. Washington, because they had a school after Booker T. Washington got out of slavery. You can go to his book, Up from Slavery, and see, called the Negro Improvement, started by a white man, a white general that was sympathetic to black people. So the thing is, right, Umar Johnson is a criminal and a drug addict, and I got a lot of evidence on that, and I had a lot of sisters, just like the sister just running around now, says she slept with him 7-8 times, lived in the house with his mother. We already knew about the mother. She's possibly a white woman because his dad married a white woman, and he don't speak to his dad, and and he's an opportunist. Umar has no regular job. I live in Philadelphia. Nobody in Philadelphia I've ever seen support him. I've been at probably 90% of the black events that happen here. You never see Umar. That Umar is only known outside of Philly like that, and follow, because nobody in Philly that I know follow no Umar. And I'm very well known in the Afrocentric community here and Detroit and Atlanta, all over, because I've been in the movement since I was a teenager. And I've been robbed by people like Umar, charlatans and everything. That's why I'm so hard on them, because it's a shame that our people, especially ones that have the ability to move our people with their voice and everything, will use it for evil and greed instead of taking it and using it for the benefit of our people. And plus, the fake, because I never believed that Umar was anything to do with Frederick Douglass. Since I met you, Belly. You know what I'm saying? I met you through your cousin, the Morris, the Morris Douglass. And it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that these people still give him anything today. But he really has been knocked down to nothing, basically. So he's now begging, and what's his name? Umar had millions of dollars. I watched Umar take in $40,000 one night in Detroit at an event, because I gave away the Million Man March pins, memorial pins and stuff that was given out for people to remember the Million Man March. Even though I didn't do the Million Man March, the brother asked me to pass them out, because you see what happened with that. Nobody even, basically, you don't even remember the Million Man. Nobody talks about the Million Man March like that. So Umar, just like a lot of other people, I don't want to mention no other names because I don't want anybody coming after me, because our people follow these people, and they will even go out and do harm to other people that try to warn them. But they've been warned. Sister in Amsterdam, I'm not going to call her name, but I hope she's listening. A sister called, well, I ain't going to say her name, but Umar named her the conscious stripper. I worked with her for about 2.5 years on the Umar situation, right? Another sister that was a lawyer, and then another high professor in college, and another high educator from Philly in college was working with us. And we all was getting information on Umar. He even faked his name. Part of his name is fake. He don't have no college degree. Umar used to work. I used to know the name of the school. I may call it. I'll be turning 63 in a couple of days. So, how it's old people so forget stuff, had to remember it when we talk. But what happened is Umar, right, was working at a school. A brother with the last name Africa, I know, was the president of the school. And what he did was he tried to diagnose people like a real psychiatrist would. He was just a school psychologist. That's just a person who reads off of some papers that's already written, and then they have to get with the real psychologist on what they write down in order to diagnose a person. But he was diagnosing people. That's how he got kicked out of the school, when he was teaching at the school. But it wasn't no college or nothing. It was a public Afro Center school called the Sankofa Academy that doesn't even exist anymore in Philadelphia, as far as I know. Because I rolled past the old building unless they moved somewhere else, but I haven't heard anybody talking about that in a long time. So I'm just here to let you people know that you see it. I've been warning them. My name online is the Truth Doctor. Umar used to use my name saying Akbar Muslim is his greatest enemy. You can go find videos about that, about him with that, with another charlatan named Malik Shabazz, but not the Malik Shabazz from DC, the Malik Shabazz from Detroit, but the one from DC, he's also a charlatan and a criminal. Because all these people, all these years have been planted. I believe they've been planted by the government. Because how can they get away with stealing that much money from the black community and people complaining about them in the authorities, the police, the lawyers? Nobody's able to do anything.
The FBI
I've seen
hasn't
people
moved
go
not
so
once.
deep into this Umar thing, including myself, that it broke up their home, relationships, everything, trying to warn people. Because my ex, she's my ex now, you know what I'm saying? She was mad because I was talking to the stripper girl that Umar was involved with. So it was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't break up over that situation anyway. But the sister was a very knowledgeable sister. No matter if she was a stripper or not, this lady could quote books that I've read verbatim. I'm telling you. And I don't know why she was stripping or whatever, but I don't look down on what people do, because you never know what situation they in and what they got to do it for, to make money. Because nobody else was taking care of her. She had to take care of herself. And I know strippers that just strip. They don't do none of that stuff. They wear clothes. You could go in the ancient monuments of Egypt and see women basically naked, dancing with actually I think they were bottom. You know, so our people been into this for a long. Our people been doing this thing forever. It's nothing new under the sun, but now it's decadent because of the things people do while they're doing these things. So my what's in it? Come on this show is to just warn people that all the people that went and told you about Umar were people that loved y'all. People came out trying to warn y'all all the way back. Every last one of them people I mentioned tried to help the black community from a person who was taken from them. But everybody shunned them, called them names. I don't know what power Umar had on me. It's like he's cast a spell over our people. Because when that Hidden Colors, before that Hidden Color things came out, nobody never even knew who Umar Johnson was. They still basically don't know who he is who he is in Philly. Because Philly got over 2 million people, and I'm telling you, I'm here. You hear nobody ever mention the guy. So I'm giving 2 events in Philly in September. I'll be putting the name out on my the name and the dates and everything of the event. Is going to be Marcus Garvey Film Festival. They're making a film about Marcus Garvey. It's a 30-minute trailer that's going to be played, and some of the actors are going to be there to meet you, after you watch the trailer. And then it's going to be some refreshments, vendors, and all this stuff at the Marcus Garvey Film Festival. We're going to try to play it in 3 different venues here in Philly. So the information will go out on my TikTok page called The Truth Doctor. That's the name of my TikTok page, The Truth Doctor, on TikTok. I got about 10,000 or so followers at that page. So please come over, get the information. It's all kinds of uplifting black information on there to uplift you and to give you some medicine to cure you from white supremacy.
Hey, brother.
And my brother, that's all brother. I have to say about the situation.
Hey, brother, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
My brother?
Yeah, I don't think Brother Akbar can hear me.
Well, let me say again. My TikTok page
I don't think
is
he hear us.
as The Truth Doctor. The Truth Doctor. And you could go on there, and the information about what's going on in Philadelphia and the different events will be posted on that page as they come through. And it's in particular this event that's going to be happening in September I believe it's going to be at around the end time of September, going into October. So I thank you, my brother, for giving me a chance to express myself and express what Umar Johnson was doing to the people and still trying to do to the people.
Hey, can you hear me, brother Akbar?
Power to the melanated people.
Hey, brother Akbar, can you hear me? I don't think the brother can hear me. So I'm gonna put the brother on mute for a second. And hold on a second. Yeah, now he even froze. All right, so we now that brother, because I got to get him to speak on the UNI, or because Umar ran a scam over there. He was collecting money so-called for a building fund or whatever, for some crap or whatever, and they figured it out, and they came down on him, and then he put in a letter of resignation or something like that to leave or whatever. But he was over there trying to scam. Let's see the brother's back. Okay, let's see something here. Hey, brother, can you hear me now?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's perfect. Hey, look, brother, I want you to talk to us about the scam that Umar tried to pull over there to the UNIA, the building fund scam. You remember that?
Yes, I was talking. Did y'all hear me when I was talking?
Oh yeah, we heard you fine. It just you couldn't hear me because I wanted you to talk about that scam that he pulled over there, and then I want to get your reaction to what we already seen on this video on the shared screen. Did you hear what the brother said about
yeah.
Okay,
well,
so
Umar, according to the elders.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna give you 4 minutes to go ahead and 4 to 5 minutes to go ahead and explain all that. And I'm going to give you the screen. All right. So I'm going to give you 4 to 5 minutes to go ahead and explain what happened at the UNIA and the building scandal Umar tried to that Umar got caught with.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
I'll be glad to let it go. It was an elder called Gossett and Whitaker. May they both rest in peace. They were older elders in their 70s when I first met them at the UNIA in Philly on Cecil B. Moore Avenue. Now, it used to be Columbia Avenue at one time. And the UNIA had been at this place since probably the 1950s and 60s. And what's happened is they had a school called the African Shule, Marcus Garvey African Shule School back in the day. It was a black school. A lot of black schools was in Philly back in the day. You know, trying to teach black people blackness and the pride of self and to work together and unify, which it seems hard for our people to get. They like speeches and talkers. They don't like doers. But in my opinion, I'm 60. I'll be 63 years old on August the 18th, one day after Marcus Garvey's birthday. Now, the thing is, Umar, the elders told me that Umar came out of nowhere. Nobody never have seen him before. He mostly had a class in Temple University. That's where they say that he came from. And when he got there, he was kind of sincere. You know, he moved up a little bit in the ranks quick because, you know, he was a pushy guy, you know. And then they were having elections and everything. And he was trying to run for election in the UNI. And he wanted to be the education director. And he wanted to be in charge of the school. So the elders had me laughing about this. The elders sensed that something wasn't right with this guy because he's trying to move up. He came out of nowhere. Nobody knew him, anything. Because the elders were sensitive about trusting anybody back in the day. I'm telling you. Because all the COINTELPRO stuff was going around where there was people was infiltrating out of colleges, especially black colleges, will come out and they be working for white supremacy, right? So what happened is the elders told me that when he wanted to be it, they test him. So they gave him a check and told him, he wanted a check, but he begged for the check. So they gave him a check that wasn't good and it bounced. right? And they wanted to see his reaction. So he went crazy, right, about the check bounce. And he just like come to the elders and say, well, elders, you had insufficient funds and this check ain't no good. What you want me to do? He just went crazy. And then he tried to break away, took some of the people with him and everything. The people followed him where he went, and they said it lasted about 3 months. He said over half of the people came back, and they don't know what happened to the ones that didn't come back. He just destroyed some people. Probably destroyed their belief in Black power and blacks getting together to try to make it better for our people, right? So what happened after that is Umar left the UNIA, started blasting them, wrote a manifesto saying that an old elder was screwing all the ladies that came in there, which was not true, you know, and all kinds of stuff about the UNIA. And he started this movement that y'all see now that he's trying to take. He calls himself the Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey. Which one is it? I forget. It's been so long. And I don't really focus on him no more because I'm too busy trying to give our people information that can uplift them on my TikTok page that I told you about earlier. Akbar, the TikTok page is the Truth Doctor on TikTok. So you'll see me. I think I got a picture of me and my granddaughter on a motor scooter. But let me tell you, Umar's poison. He's a thief. He's already had a history with the school, trying to take over a school and tried to run a school because he first, according to a brother I know, I'm going to call his name because he'll like it, Brother Cimarron. This brother is doing great things down in North Carolina in Raleigh. He has a center. He teaches at a school. He teaches young Black men. He spends all his time teaching young Black men how to be Black men and productive in society and productive towards their people and respectful to women and all the things. So there's a lot of people doing things out here, but y'all don't hear about them because they're not online boasting and they're not. I don't even accept no donations. I mean, you had to beg me to give me a donation. Well, I want a donation for giving my people information that I got locked in my head that would drive me crazy if I didn't get it out. You know what I'm saying? I got to give out the information. If not, I'll bug out. So I've been reading for 40 some years, all kinds of information. So everybody that sit with me, they tell me, why you don't speak and everything? No, that speaking stuff and out there gives you a big head. When the people start saying, oh, you this and you that, that's probably what happened to Umar. Really. People started praising him and the man went crazy. So you got to be very careful, you know. The most greatest people in America was the silent ones that was doing stuff. You know, people need to look. A lot of our people did a lot of things, but white people use a lot of tricks and magic and, you know, breaking us apart to get us to be into the position that we in today where we don't trust each other. We basically don't love each other the way we should be loving. I ain't saying we don't love each other, but not the way we should be loving each other, you know, as a people, you know, and we don't look at the charlatans as the enemy. We look at the people who's trying to give you free information and trying to uplift you as the enemy. So I don't know what to do. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, giving up the information and hope our people, whoever eats from it, can elevate themselves. My brother, I'm done with this mic. I dropped the mic.
My brother, hey, look, I appreciate you coming on, man. Brother Akbar, you know, he's an elder
I can't
in our
hear you
community.
again, my brother.
Hey, go out and come back in.
I hear you now.
Oh, you hear me now? Okay. Well, Brother Akbar,
Yes.
you know, so he's an elder in the community. You know, so he's old enough to be my older brother, but not old enough to be my father. You know what I'm saying? But when the elders speak up and warn us about people, you got to listen. Now, he's going to tell us that the elders of the NOIA had tested Umar to see where his heart was at and see where he was at. And he failed the test miserably. You know what I'm saying? And that was, and he was mad because he got caught. You know what I'm saying? He got caught. But Brother Akbar, if you're still there, are you still there?
Yes.
All right. So
I'm still here. Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now the video that we just listened to with the brother that's talking about that he would buy a portion of those buildings because it's not. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the cheap seats. It's not a school. In order for it to be a school, you must have children enrolled or something. And something must be taught there currently. Other than that, there are abandoned buildings. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's brothers that took. It's a brother. Excuse me, brother. It's a brother that went up there numerous times with drones and was taking pictures all at the top of the buildings. They got holes in the roofs that never been repaired. All Umar did was go up there and paint the rock in front of the building, red, black, and green. He has done no other work in there. If you watch, the brother showed a video where Umar's faking like he's opening a locked door and the door's not even locked. Anybody could walk into the distressed properties.
Hey. But like I was saying, now this brother that's in this video, this channel is called The Saint on YouTube. He's got quite a bit of followers. Let's see what he's got here. He's got 197,000 subscribers. He calls himself The Saint. He's verified. This video here got 788 comments and 2,500 likes. Now, this brother, obviously, you know, what the good thing he said that pending an inspection. Now, with this property, he would need more than inspection. Well, I'm pretty sure the inspector, because the inspector to come out and look at these is not the same one that come out for a residential property. You know, because this is a commercial property. You know, he's going to find out real quick. You being fool to put any money in that because of the environmental, the EPA stuff. The water is no good. The sewage, no. There are still copper and cast iron pipe plumbing in those buildings. You know how much it's going to cost to convert that? I thought it was in the hundreds of thousands. Somebody commented on a video from last week and said that's a multi-million-dollar job, which goes in line with what. Yeah, which what goes in line with what those brothers said. There were some brothers who looked into that property before Umar knew anything about it, and they said that they didn't buy the property because the remodel fees and to get it up to code at the minimum was $10 million.
And that was years ago.
That was back in 19. Well, no, that was back in 19 when they said it, but they had looked into the property prior to that. Now, if that was back in 19, if that was back in 19 and COVID hit in 2000, and the price of everything has damn near doubled or close to double since COVID, what do you think it costs now? You know what I'm saying?
Astronomical, because I'm not a commercial plumber, but I did plumbing 30 years or more, and I know what it costs. It costs a lot of money. Something like that would be in the millions probably to change the plumbing out in all them buildings. How many buildings is it anyway there?
Is it like 4 or what? Man, I mean, look, I won't go around. I won't even go. Somebody had offered for the ride. You know, said, "Hey man, I'm going to check those buildings out, man. You want to ride with me?" I'm like, "Hell no, I ain't going nowhere near that stuff, man." Like, look, something bites you in the ass over there. I ain't going. It seems like it's got chlamydia in the air or something. I'm not going right near that crap. I don't want. Look, like I said back then, and this is why I have no tolerance for Umar Johnson supporters. If you come to me, a Bailey, a member of this family, you come to me and you play devil's advocate when it comes to Umar, I'm not going. I don't suffer fools. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Brother, may I cut in, my brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you this. At this point, Umar Johnson's followers are basically uneducated, unthinking type people, like the real educated people that was trying to support him left a long time ago, brother. It's just a lower rung. He calls himself, I ain't even going to call him this, but this is what he calls them, bottom feeders. Because he said that numerous times back in the day. That's how he feels about black people that is not as educated or presumed to be as educated as he is. So this is the problem. Our people that's following him is a certain type of people that follow the church and preachers and think everything. Because Umar actually probably could be a rich man if he really wanted to, if he got into comedy or a minister.
Yeah, but see the thing about that though, and I didn't think about this before until the brother from FDMG Scam Records. I don't know if you heard his music or not. I'm gonna play something during this live, but that brother is bad. He got a whole catalog of music based on Umar, and the dude is an accountant, and he said Umar could have been like YouTube. There are people out here getting $30,000 checks per month from YouTube, and Umar got over 1 million followers on Instagram. So if he did the YouTube thing and did a live every day or something like that, whatever, this dude will be making millions or whatever. And he said, you know why he don't do that? I was like, taxes. He's like, no, child support. This dude is still trying to punish those women that he had kids with decades ago by not getting any significant streams of cash that can be actually checked in order to make sure that they don't get none of it.
Well, I got another take on that. I don't think his 1 million followers are organic, because you could buy followers on them channels.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
And he had all that money. Wouldn't you boost up your follower thing so it looked like you got a lot of followers? Because if he had a lot of followers like that, why is he begging for a couple dollars? If he got 1 million followers.
You can monetize Instagram?
Yeah. No, well, all them things I believe you can buy followers or something, and then maybe them followers are people who fell off over the years and just got them there, got names there, and then Umar got a lot of ghost channels. He probably got over 100 channels. He came on my TikTok page under some thing. I just posted a thing another guy posted about Umar, but he be shadowing me everywhere I go. Sometimes he used some of my information I be putting out, but I be checking this stuff. Because Umar's a fraud, man. He's a total fraud, brother. He's not nobody that anybody should be following anywhere, brother. Unless you go into the bathroom and you got to go after him. That's the only place. Or it's a big bathroom at a truck stop and you got to follow him. And that's the only place I can see anybody following him, because that's where he belongs, in the toilet. Okay? Anybody that follows him blindly might as well count themselves in the toilet with him.
Hey, look, Brother Akbar, this is the official Umar Johnson clip. Check this out.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Hey, look, let's hear more about what this brother is saying about potentially trying to buy those trap bandos with Umar. So let's take a listen.
Certainly, this building is not going to go to another black person, certainly not a black person creating a school for black people. So I am a black man, and I will cut the check, which everyone knows I can cut, and I will cut it quickly to salvage your effort and to save the valuable donations that you've already allocated. And all I ask is that I'm able to take control of one of the buildings, which I think is a fair deal, because frankly, it's in Delaware, which is like, I'm not going to get into it. But I think that that's a really good offer. I want to go through a little bit of what folks are saying, and then I'll go through one of the clips in which Dr. Umar speaks to this situation, and we'll wind this down. And I want everyone to know, I say this in full sincerity, and I want to be very transparent that I don't believe Dr. Umar about much. I believe that he's mismanaged the funds. I believe that he's squandered them for whatever reason. I believe maybe at the beginning he had good intention, but at this stage, that doesn't matter. He's dealing with a distressed asset that he's potentially going to lose everything. And I'm coming in with capital ready to write a check quickly, and I can help prevent that. And I hope that ego or past, disagreements don't get in the way of him getting the check so that he can maintain control over the greater project and continue on with potentially creating a legacy and, honoring the donations. Like, that's what this is about. It has mutual self-interest. My self-interest is getting a distressed asset at low cost. Your interest is maintaining your reputation, maintaining your opportunity, maintaining your donor base, and honoring the dollars that you've already received. Okay. All
right, I'm gonna stop him right there. And the reason why, I'm gonna say this. Umar's mentality. Umar is not the type of person that's gonna let anything happen to be perceived as if somebody's getting a come up off of him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, okay, this brother is saying that he'll buy a part of this property or whatever. He'll buy a couple of these buildings or whatever, and the money will get Umar out of Hawk, and Umar will be able to go on with the school or whatever, and everything be taken care of. Okay, this dude is basically called the Trap Bando's distressed property. I'm pretty sure if Umar heard that, Umar is offended when you just call this a distressed property. Because of the way he thinks, he's going to automatically think or feel as though that you calling this a distressed property is, he's going to be offended, right? Anything, if you refer to it anything other than a school, and it's not a school, there's no kids there. There have never been any kids there under Umar Johnson. These are abandoned buildings. That's why they're on the abandoned building list with the state of Wilmington, with the city of Wilmington. It is not listed with the city of Wilmington, Delaware, as a vacant school. It's listed as a vacant property. That's it, a vacant property, and that's what it is. Now, this brother is, if let's say Umar was to reach out to him, which Umar is not. Because Umar has this, I know everything, you can't help me, I know everything type of mentality. So let's say Umar reached out to him. The dude is going to find out real quick that to buy that property or any part of it, his money would be well spent with a demolition crew versus a remodeling crew. The best thing he could do would be to knock that stuff down. And that's even if the land is viable if you knock it down. If there's brownfields out there, how much money you plan on putting into this? Because now you're there's nothing really that can be done with that property outside of government use. To be honest, outside of government use, outside of either government use or you turn it over to somebody who has a multi-million-dollar budget. I mean, like a company or whatever who has, saying that that's dealing in the billions, because something like that is a small job to them. But I don't understand. I don't know if this dude. I mean, he could be this dude. This dude could be disingenuous. He could be, but you calling Umar out. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was willing to do something. You as Umar, you really want the school, you have to hear him out. You have to have the conversation. But will Umar have the conversation? I doubt it. Brother Akbar, what you think?
Umar Johnson has proved time and time again, the lady who he named the conscious stripper, I would never call her real name because Umar named her that, had got a white man that wanted to give Umar money. I think it was a white man, might have been a black athlete. Don't get me wrong, it's been a long time. It's been almost 10 years, if not. And he had money, he wanted to finance the school. All Umar had to do was have a meeting and sign the paper that the man, once the school opened up and everything, the man was going to recoup his donation and add I guess it was a little interest on it or whatever. She would not meet with the man. She said that's when she knew he wasn't real with the school. Because the man just didn't want to take over the school. He didn't want to do it. All he wanted to do was give money. Probably was one of her clients or something that was rich. You know what I'm saying? Because she was a real high class stripper. She wasn't no regular. When I say And I ain't gonna say stripper. I like to say exotic dancer. You know what I'm saying? Because that stripper stuff is for the low class ones in the hood doing all that crazy stuff. This lady was just dancing. Jokers probably was throwing $1,000 bills at her because she was very beautiful. I can't see how Umar, I believe it not, because the sister was very knowledgeable, not because she was a stripper, right? Was fine on top of it and knowledgeable. You know how hard it is to find a knowledgeable sister. And this lady was verbatim, like with books. Please listen, it was on video. I didn't see her reading a book in front of her or nothing. She was just like verbatim with books and knowledge and stuff and everything. But all she did was she was an exotic dancer. Okay. So Umar didn't get that money. The sister from Toronto was the first person that warned me about Umar on my podcast I used to have back in the day. Which I had Umar on there. And soon as he got on there, she called me from Toronto, Canada, and said, well, why you got that thief on your what's the name? And I was like, man, why is you calling the brother a thief? The brother's for his people. I was blind at that time. And I would basically ignore the sister and said she was jealous and probably liked Umar and wanted him, right? But Umar had took a lot of money from them saying he was going to start building Canada. Everywhere Umar went, he said he was going to do a school. Even Detroit. I knew brothers. His brother passed away. The sister that the brother used to be married to owns a book called Nandy's Knowledge Cafe in Detroit. If you're ever down there, stop at Nandy's Knowledge Cafe and get some real black Detroit power. You know what I'm saying? And melanated power, if you want to say melanated in Hebrew, whatever you want to say you are, she got it down there, okay? So the thing is Umar, everywhere he go, he tells people he's going to build. People don't even talk about this. He's going to put a school down in their place on top of the school, the bullshit school he got down there. So it's Umar's been saying he's going to build schools all over America, everywhere he went.
He does do that.
Yeah. So the thing is, people don't even talk about that. The schools he claimed to build in their area, they're all talking about this one school that he's developing in Delaware. But how about all the other schools he said he's going to do in these areas, everywhere he went, even in Africa? He went to Africa. He went to the sister in Amsterdam. That's the one that called me in Amsterdam. I'm not going to call her name because I don't think she wants to be in public like that. And I haven't talked to her in probably about 2 years or 3. And the thing is, Umar went over, Umar went over there and told her that he was gonna start a school in Amsterdam. He was supposed to start.
Brother Akbar, that's the sister. That's the sister over in Amsterdam, the one that got him them loans set up, and he refused to take the loans.
Yeah, that too. She tried to get her money too. And the other thing,
she had several $1 million lined up for him, and he refused to take it.
He refused to take it in Amsterdam, right?
Yeah,
and you know the
foreign country. Yep.
Yeah, in Amsterdam, and she told me some other things about Umar that I don't want to spread down here because Umar is very trying to have sex with every woman that he comes in contact with, and he really preys on sisters that's overweight and we people that proceed to say that they don't look good because of their what's the name? Umar preys on them because they pay better. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fine chick gonna pay no Umar, no nothing, but no probably may pay him no attention. But the thing is people got to get over these charlatans, not just Umar, all these people asking for money. Y'all got to ask, where is your program? Let's see what you're doing for real. Not no online shit. You want real evidence, real papers, real people that's come out and saying what you're doing.
And Brother Akbar,
because we need to stop this. You know how many millions, probably billions, it may be trillions now, money that black people, I know it's trillions, that black people have gave away to charlatans over the years. Charlatan preachers, charlatan speakers, charlatan power, black power, charlatan, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to start calling out religions, but they all come for money, but you never see any results.
Hey,
we got to stop this as a people because this is stagnating us. We need to come together and really love each other because we are all we got. Like Dr. John Henry Clark said, Black people have no friends in this world. It's us against the world. So the thing is Umar Johnson done tricked a lot of people with a good talk, and that's why I don't like to talk that much. I done got resulted them putting songs that express what I'm trying to say. Back in the day on my videos, so I wouldn't have to talk. Because the talking, we done talked it too much. We got to start doing shit. If not, we done. Because the white man done brought all these buffer races into America and giving them opportunities on the businesses and all in our community just to keep us stagnated. Because we the aboriginal people of the whole earth. And what I can't stand is these doggone people running around trying to separate us from all the other black people on earth. I mean, what you don't call black, melanated, whatever, because, you know, you got to be careful. These word scholars, you got to say the right name and everything or there, call you some type of whatever. But the thing is if you got brown skin, dark, what you call black skin or whatever, we need to be coming together and forget about all this not united, because not being united is what has us in the condition that we are in today. And smart about what we do. And analyze all the shit that come in front of you. So, no, I'm passing you back the mic, my brother.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
Snowfall dreams, powder on the plate, drip feed the hustle, but the school still late. Lines on the desk, chalkboard erased. He preaching black power, but the cash misplaced. Face twitching, sermons turn to slurs. Vision blurred, chasing highs, lying words. Brick by brick, the scam was stacked. Donations turn to powder pack, cocaine forever. FDMG never. Preaching that hope, sounding very clever. Line by line, can't get enough. Umar on that stuff, truth too rough. Books unopened, jug never broke. Funds diverted, dreams when I dope. Cocaine in his hand, and the money gone. Pyramid schemes, where the powder's drawn. That shaky white nose, blurry cars. Talking about queens, but breaking laws. School bells ring in an empty hall. Echoes bounce, but no kids call. There was never gonna be school. The black community lost it all. Cocaine forever. FDMG never. Umar was clever, saying whatever. Starting line by line, can't get enough. Umar on that stuff. Family, the truth is too rough. It was all a scam from the beginning. He used the funds to support his drug habit. At the end of the day, he played himself, silly rabbit. Cocaine forever. FDMG never.
borrow $20 to the mall.
They ain't never gonna be not funny. Hey, brother Akbar, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother. We back from the break. Let's get back into what the brother's talking about. Let's say some more here. We're only 8 minutes in. I know it gets better. Let's hear some more here.
Now, let me go through what folks are saying, and then we'll go through the video where Umar is speaking to the situation, and I'll respond. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who have comments, questions, you can use the information below to send in your comments, questions, tithes, and tuition. May I acknowledge? Shout out to Sai. He writes, you are doing the Lord's work, Mr. Burton. I appreciate that. And honestly, I think many of you either currently or have at some point believed in Dr. Umar. And I don't think any of you are fools, honestly. I think that I personally respect someone who has donated to his school, Black people, more than those who haven't. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you why. Because yes, he did fool you and he fooled me, but you have to try in this world. You have to try. We can sit back and complain about Black folks. We can complain about white folks, but to take action, whether the action is.
All right, hold up. Try the darkest part of my ass. Ain't nobody going to be going out here and try with these scammers. Once you know somebody is a scammer, and if you were paying attention, you knew that Umar was a scammer way back when. There was brothers like Brother Akbar right here. There was dudes like Makasa Africa Ma'at. There was people like Kim Ringgold, who the brother Akbar won't say her name, but I will, because she's a friend of mine and my wife's. My wife and I did become friends with her, and some other women who had dealings with Umar and who didn't want to come out and say the truth. Some of them which had made comments about being transmitted sexually, sexually transmitted diseases, and we didn't come out. We didn't say all that stuff out in public. Matter of fact, Brother Akbar, you there? Hey, brother.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Oh, you was on mute.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
I want you, brother. I think you and I both. You and I both come in contact with some ladies who were afraid to come forward that said that Umar had gave them all a certain transmitted disease.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna call any names because I don't want to put no sisters' names out there. But because that's a private. No, I don't want to be sued. I don't want to be sued. Don't Umar has given several women herpes. Herpes, the complex, and Umar doesn't bathe after having sex. Some people got fetishes like that. You know what I'm saying? Umar, he has sometimes some people say he didn't have a body odor, but then sometimes he did. I mean, maybe, I don't know what was Umar, and you can see now from what the sister saying how he's living in that house with his sick mother is a slob. He's like, he's like the bottom of, yeah. On top of that, he's insane. And let me tell you this: everybody that was with Umar and believing and following him was actually, like inside his mental breakdown, his mental insanity. So you were being insane. If you follow Umar, listening to all that madness that he was doing, every sister that came out on him, he trashed them. Every dude that came out, he trashed them. I mean, everybody. I mean, how can everybody be wrong about this guy? I mean, why would everybody want to attack him? How many people that attacked Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad except for the white man? How many people that attacked Malcolm X except for the white man? How many people you know that attacked the Honorable Elijah Muhammad but the white man? How about everybody attacked Martin Luther King but the white man? I mean, it was some black people attacking him. But most of the people that I listened to, black people wasn't attacking these people. It was white supremacy, right? But now Umar is being attacked by other black people for being a criminal, and they're treated just like the white supremacists and shit. When it comes to Umar, I don't know what type of spell Umar got on people. I mean, it's like he went to a mojo lady in Africa or down there in New Orleans somewhere and got a spell cast on these people. Because it's insane to keep giving your money to somebody for damn near 20, 30 years. Damn, I ain't gonna say 30 years, ain't that long, I want to exaggerate. But at least 20 years talking about building a school, or associated probably about 30 with trying to have a school, because making schools and having schools with black people back in the 80s and the late 70s was profitable. And a lot of Negroes got these charter schools. Most of them are gone now. And they squandered the money and then blamed it on white supremacy for taking the schools, because they did not keep their paperwork together. Because the government acquires you to have paperwork to allocate what you did with all the funds. And this they could now hold up to, because most of these black stuff under the government. It's not good to take from the government unless you're going to be, honest. I know of one school, I'm not saying it's no more, that's been around probably for about 30 or 40 years in Detroit. Not even a school, it's a center called Accomplice Academy. And they do martial arts and all that stuff there for years, for probably about 50 years. This place been opening on a government grant, because the brother has probably one of the best, if she's still alive, right? Because they was older than me, accountants that there was that kept his paperwork and books together. Because most of these black schools, believe me, they're not closed because white supremacy closed them. They're closed because the Negroes squandered the money. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of bad black people in the community that we don't address. You know, not just Umar. It's a lot of them. It's the majority of the ones walking around. You don't see nothing done. You just see him preaching like a preacher. At least a preacher got a building, though. And I can say that. Yeah. I don't know how they got it. They may have a white backer, because a lot of these.
It's a lot of y'all Negroes out here. It's a lot of y'all Negroes out here keeping the secrets too. You know, no. Yeah. Matter of fact, and I ain't gonna say a lot of you. It's all of you. You know, I can't say it's all of you. It's the dude in the neighborhood that they be giving the young kids money and candy and stuff, and you know he ain't up to no good, and you know he up to no good, and you ain't saying nothing. It's the dude. It's the other dude on the corner. You know what I'm saying? They're doing this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people, but these are same people. When you was up in the club, you see them. You see them rolling the club. You dapping them up, whatever. And these are people that's taking us down. Umar is one of them people. Yeah. And y'all are like I can say, like, personally, on behalf of my family, I'm tired of y'all rolling up on me and my cousins and stuff like that, and my elders asking us about Umar. We done told you ain't no relation. But there's some of you weirdos, freaking weirdos, will sit there and try to argue the point because that fat Negro said it. Just because that fat Negro said it don't make it true. Yeah. And I mean, like, okay, and I'm pissed off really, because today I sat through a lecture at the Harriet Tubman site, because they put a bus of Uncle Frederick in the Harriet Tubman site in Cambridge, Maryland. And this state employee was saying a bunch of stuff that wasn't true about my aunt Anna Murray Douglas, and saying she couldn't read and all this other kind of stuff, and she was no more. You know, she was married to Uncle Frederick. She was no more than one of the house servants, and talking about how Uncle Frederick was a philanderer and all that kind of stuff, whatever. I'm like, I had to stand up, like, you know what you're talking about? Where'd you get the information from? I disrupted the whole thing. Like, where'd you get that from? And that's wrong. That's not, because my uncle was not a philanderer, and my aunt could read. So I mean, and it's white. It's white folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't take everything off the internet and think that it's the truth when it comes to black folk. You can't, because a lot of times this ain't written by us, and it damn sure ain't written by the family who has the oral history. I'm tired of people coming to me asking me about Umar. Name one person, one picture of a Bailey you've seen that resembles that dude. Most of the people in my family, the men actually, I got cousins who are like male cousins, who are like fourth and fifth cousins, that people roll up on me and call me their name because we look so much alike. Umar is nowhere in there. Nowhere in there. None of my elders know that Negro. I never heard of him until I got a phone call late at night when I was living on Dover Air Force Base, asking me about do I know who Umar Johnson is? And I was like, no, why? It was like, because he's raising all this money and people think it's us because he's lying, saying he's related to us. So then I had to, you know what I'm saying, get active. But man, look, stop it. Please stop it. And the trolling stuff, this is why I hate the internet. Because people will get in the comment section and say stuff that they wouldn't say if you were standing right in front of them. And I can't stand cowards. If you don't say nothing to me don't say nothing in the comments that you can't say to the person you're talking to. And if you care that much, make sure you find your way to that person to say it to him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't. I hate that. I hate it. The internet is an awful and evil place. It's an awful, evil place. And especially and after this video is over, I'm pretty sure there will be some retards in my comment section, and you're not gonna get no life. I'm gonna delete you. I don't have the time, space, protocol, nothing, energy, nothing for dumb humans. That's my rant. But if you support Umar at this point in time, something's seriously wrong with you. Something is seriously wrong with you. And you know, this is one of the reasons why we've started the Frederick Douglass Society of African American History, Culture, and Affairs. And the executive board is made up of legacy Black families. We have the Frederick Douglass family, the Harriet Tubman family, the Malcolm X family, the Nat Turner family, the Alex Haley family, the James Steele family, the Henrietta Lacks family, the family of Bishop Alexander Wayman, and all these families, and we're still recruiting in order to combat stuff like this and people who take advantage of public domain. This is why we started this organization, and it's the first of its kind. I don't know of any time during the Civil Rights Movement or Reconstruction where legacy Black families got together under a incorporated 501c3 in order to be able to unionize and protect themselves against busybodies, people who will get in a basement and make a 501c3 of a family that they're not even related to, and go out here and try to raise money or whatever. Now, it's still public domain. That's a different fight. You know what I'm saying, to get out here, but once the families are all together and fighting for the same thing, stuff should move further, a whole lot better. But this is the reason why. Stuff like this with Umar. I remember I asked for a meeting with Dr. Julius Garvey, and I got a meeting. Dr. Julius Garvey was in Cambridge, Maryland, and he found out that I wanted a meeting with him, and he decided, he was like, I'm not leaving Cambridge until I speak to Terrence. So I met with him and Brother Foote, and I told him, I said, you need to watch out for Umar. You need to watch out for him. His intentions aren't great. There's no school. It's not going to be a school. And I told him this. And I said, he's using your father's name, not your grandfather, not your great-grandfather, not your great-great-great-grandfather, your father, the man you knew, the man you know, your dad. He's using your father's name. And I told him, I said, I think you need to start making plans, for your descendants and protecting your father's name or whatnot. You put some paperwork out there where people can't just just use your dad's name when you're gone any kind of way. He took that as I was causing division. And I didn't know it while we're talking. He's listening and he's agreeing to everything. But then after he leaves, we have a mutual friend that calls me and says, well, he thought you was trying to cause division. I said, really? I said, by telling him to protect his family name, I'm causing division. And I'm trying to warn him about the damage he's doing to my family. I'm trying to warn him about the damage. I was like, you know what? Cool. We good. It's all right. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. So then, fast forward, what I'm saying, some years later, we put this organization together. Somebody comes in and they say, well, is this board just for FBAs or can other families join, like, like the Garvey family, whatever? And I'm like, when I approached the Garvey family, or not, I'm not gonna say the family, I approached one person, he thought I was starting trouble. He was drinking the Umar Kool-Aid too. After Umar had talked bad about him because his wife is white. Umar dragged him, Dr. Julius Garvey, the son of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, for having a white wife.
My brother, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, brother. And he's
can I iterate?
So I wash my hands of it. I wash my hands of it, and I said, you know what? Yo. They said, well, can they join the organization? Whatever. I said that's left up to the board. Now the other people, the other families or whatever, saying who was on the code or whatever. When I was that same question, I said I'll make that happen. But when it came to that, I said that's up to the board. I'm like, no, I've had my dealing, and it didn't go over well because the Dr. Julius Garvey was actually drinking the Kool-Aid, and we tried to warn it. Like, so, man, you know what? When they say you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink, and sometimes you can't make him faint. So, and I ain't talking bad about they just said about Dr. Garvey. I'm not talking bad about Dr. Garvey. Don't misconstrue that. I'm saying that he didn't even see past Umar's bullcrap. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, I would like to say about the Julius Garvey situation. Julius Garvey, is not in the UNIA. Sometimes some UNIAs, because there's a couple of UNIAs now, because it's fractures and all that movements. He's married to a white woman. Yes, myself, I don't support that. His dad didn't support that. But his job is to spread the news about his dad being innocent of the crimes that they committed, that they say he committed, and all this other thing. So you got to commend him on that, even though he chose to marry someone of the other race. But he's trying to champion his dad. I don't think he makes any money or anything. And now Marcus Garvey has been venerated by I guess President Biden had said that he wasn't guilty of the crimes. What they call that when they say you're free? They give you pardon you. They pardoned them. So Julius Garvey is a whole nother story. You want to do the research on him, that up to you. But I never met the man in person, but a couple times I was invited to hear him speak, and I didn't go. And but I love the Honorable Marcus Garvey and his movement of economics, because we can't say that economics is not what we're not supposed to be doing. And he's not the first. There's forerunners before him, but he's the most heard and ones that was followed the most by our people back in the day. So Julius Garvey's story is another story. If you want to look into it yourself, it's public. He don't hide what he's doing or anything. I guess he's a great man in my eyes for what he's doing for his father. Other than that, I don't know anything about the man. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, as far as for his father, our conversation, our meeting was about him preserving the legacy of his father and making sure that what's happening to what comes with Frederick Douglass doesn't happen to his father. See, what a lot of people don't understand is the concept of public domain. Well, public domain, after a person is deceased for a certain period of time, it varies state by state. They can put your loved one goes in what's called public domain, and really your family loses all rights to that person, likeness, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's bullcrap, because when a person passes away in your family, when somebody becomes an ancestor, their name is a family name. And unless your family is completely exhausted, meaning there's none of you left, your ancestors have no more descendants. All of you have gone on. You have left this earth. That name is still a family name. So there's always somebody. So when you bring up that person, you talk about that person, you're always talking about a living person. You talk about that person's family. And that's my problem with public domain. Even with copyrights and patents, eventually that stuff gets public too. So I'm just saying, there's I was trying to explain to Dr. Garvey that you need to put some things in place to try to preserve your family, your father's legacy, history, so that people can't just run up and be making nonprofits and all this stuff and using your father's name. Now he thought that was creating division, and I thought I was trying to hip him to something. You know what I'm saying? Like that on the grand scheme, taking care of that legacy ain't got nothing to do with Umar. Because Umar, his time is going to come and go. You got to worry about the person that's going to come 50 years after Umar that you're not going to be here for, that your grandkids and great grandkids are going to be here for. That's the one you really got to worry about. Because when you deal with Umar and get Umar out of the picture, there will be another one. Extra strength. There'll be another one. Extra strength. You know what I mean? There'll be one stronger, with a whole lot more idiots following. Since I've been back doing the lives, I've been making sure I've been showcasing this brother, because this brother's work is on point. And real quick, Umar Johnson, Umar begging for donations, never stops begging. It's a scam, it's a scam, it's a sham, it's a sham. The money's gone, where's the plan? Where's the plan? Where's the plan? Where's the plan? Bank account dry like the desert sand. Dreams so cheap, castles built on demand. Misused coins in the palm of his hand. I see the cracks in the gold facade. Whispers of truth
Oh, yeah. Family. Hey. You have to understand you dealing with. I know. Good man. Slick tongue. Your promises of a future wrapped in velvet dashiki shined at night. School doors never opened. The dream never took flight. Empty hallways, empty light. They would say all the game he plays, robbing hearts while he lurks and prays. Worse than Diddy. Umar is worse than Diddy. The scam was silly. We don't wanna see you anymore. Stay your begging ass in Philly. Hotel predator. You running out of time. The Rico is coming. Big Bubba waiting in the cell. Talking about your ass is mine. You left a trail of broken baby mama hearts. They should have known you were no good from the start. Always trying to trick a black queen back to your hotel. So when you fall out, you can go to social media and tell. You do black women dirty. You just know damn good. Doing your most damage in the hood. Not being a leader like you should. Donation after donation. No kids in the school. Been running this scam for 15 years. We are the fools. They would say, oh, the game he plays. Robbing hearts while he lurks and prays. Worse than Diddy. Umar is worse than Diddy. The scam was silly. We don't wanna see you anymore. Stay your begging ass in Philly. The black community cries, but you don't blink. You won't realize the damage until the jail cell goes clink. Your pockets swell while spirits shrink. The crimes you have committed, scammers never think. Umar lies, but he never blinks. The feds will give him 5 to 10. The prison cell goes clink. Ooh, all the game he plays. Robbing hearts while he lurks and prays. Worse than Diddy. Umar is worse than Diddy. The scam was silly. We don't wanna see you anymore. Stay your begging ass in Philly. No more donations. The bank is closed. You made a deal with devil. Your soul was sold. You hate black women. Your action shows the truth. We don't need you. The scam is through. Baby mama a predator. It gets no better. Scam after scam. It puts you to sleep like a quiet storm, slow jam. Don't let the devil into your house. Don't let the devil steal your clout. He will talk you to death. Umar has a big mouth. Fate was set. Oh, the game he plays.
I'm back. Brother Akbar lost his phone went dead, so we're going to keep it going. All right, so this brother here, we're going to go a little further what he's talking about.
You directly doing something or funding those who are doing something, that's big and that's hopeful. And so I respect those people way more than the cynical people like, I didn't even believe, I never donated. It's like, well, this means that you're just not a person that's trying to help. You're not trying to be a part of the problem. Sometimes we get tricked. I'd rather get tricked trying to do the right thing than to just sit on my butt and not do anything. May I acknowledge Mr. Chima supporting the work again. Shout out to Chung and shout out to all my moderators. I appreciate you, Chung. Shout out to Kemuel supporting the work. He writes peace to the saints. Yes, indeed. May I also acknowledge Maya, who just became a member. We welcome you warmly to this thing of ours. I also acknowledge, oh yeah, and also Maya, we encourage you to join up with the Lady Saints. If you don't know their IG handle, feel free to DM me. I'll introduce you, but you can find them at the Lady Saints on Instagram. Now, I acknowledge Enrique supporting the work. He writes over 200. Oh yeah. Well, now it's at nearly 700 live viewers. So yes, let's get up to 700 likes for sure. And he comes right back. He writes, it's really a blessing to see and hear how you think. Keep teaching, Saint. The students are considering it. They don't have the capital to write the check now, like now. Like I can write the check right now, literally right now. Now, first, I do want to see everything and then get the appraisal and the inspection. But once that's done, and that can be done within 24 hours, we know that, then I can get the check written for you, written on your behalf to whomever. Obviously, we'll have to hire an attorney to handle the, the deeds and things like that to the buildings, but that should be fairly simple. Anyways, let's see what folks have to say. Shout out to Mr. Canton, writes, keep up the good work. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you as well. And he also says, peace to the saints, came in twice. I acknowledge Alpha Alchemy, writes, just came in, peace to the saints. Are you actually buying the property? I'm as serious as a heartbeat. For me to buy the property, he would have to be willing. So that takes the participation of Dr. Umar. And all I ask is the simple following things. Allow me to see all of the buildings, everything that could potentially be acquired, right? Allow me to have an inspector go in and, take a proper look as a real estate, as a professional, a building and construction professional. Take a look at everything. Just let me know what the current issues are so I know what I would be potentially buying and acquiring. And then let me have an appraiser go through just so that I know, like what the difference is between what I'm spending and what it could potentially be sold for. And then I will cut you the check. And truth be told, like if Dr. Umar DM me right now, today, Saturday, I could fly out tomorrow, Sunday. I could get both of those professionals in Monday, and I could have a check written the same day on Monday. I can move that quickly. So that's my sincere offer. So when you say, am I going to buy the school? Oh, absolutely. Because I just can't imagine that any one of those buildings are not at least worth $200,000. And so if I'm essentially paying $40,000 to clear out these debts, then that would leave me a decent amount of profit, even if the buildings are fairly decrepit and decayed. It'll be of good value to me. And some people might be asking themselves, well, why don't you go to the auction and buy it? Well, at the auction, it's going to cost more than $40,000. So it's not a good use of time to go to the auction because it'll be more than $40,000. And frankly, it's in Delaware. I think the location is terrible. There's a number of things about Delaware that would make me not want to just go buy a property in Delaware if it's just a random purchase. And, it's like, what is the closest major airport? Do you have to travel over water? Look at where Delaware is located. How does it do in natural disasters and, hurricanes and things like that? I just don't think Delaware is the ideal place unless I'm getting a hell of a deal, which is what is possible right now. Anyways, let me acknowledge the folks who, and by the way, shout out to Frank, Dominic, and Enola who donated to the Training and Event Center, and you guys.
Okay, that's enough of that. we'll see if Umar takes him up on his offer. You know, I doubt very seriously that he will, because Umar is too much of a narcissist to accept any type of help. I think Umar is the type of person who will go down in a blaze of glory or blaze of non-glory because he will, because he has those brainless followers say, "Oh, the white man did this, the white man did that." No, I wouldn't care if you were in the blackest land in the world. If you don't pay your bills, you know they coming for you. You know, in this case, I mean, it's a shame that in the United States that if you don't pay a water bill or something like that, they'll take your whole house. I mean, that's extreme. You know, it's extreme the fact that you can complete a 30-year mortgage, and if you don't pay them taxes, they'll come and take your house that you paid for in full, which means you never owned it. As a homeowner, unless you have tax exempt status, you're a glorified renter, and they make that known. But you know that's just a shame. You know, but that's the way it is. That's the United States. But you really can't make this crap up. I swear to God, I'm getting a headache. I'm surprised I didn't have a stroke or whatever by now. Jesus Christ. Let's watch this real quick.
Disappointed that you missed the GOAT this week. I saw the GOAT 2 times this week, man. Dr. Umar Johnson was on Breakfast Club.
And Hell of a Week.
And Dr. Umar Johnson was on Hell of a Week.
Okay, tell me about Breakfast Club first.
Breakfast Club conversations are always great because, you know, people look forward to Dr. Umar on Breakfast Club.
Okay. Why do you think he's such an engaging figure, despite the fact that a lot of his rhetoric may be not as progressive or deemed as polarizing?
I don't think it has to be progressive. I think that black people and people of color think that your messaging has to be progressive, but the reality is, man, most people are conservative. I really feel that way.
Speak on it.
I just think most people are conservative. I think that the way we were raised, a lot of us have, you know, old school values. Now, there's things about myself that I've grown to question, especially in regards to religion, just because things don't feel right with my spirit. You know what I mean? But other than that, for the most part, most people have conservative values. It's not really that difficult to express. And I think a lot of things that he expresses are...
I think that's the wrong video. Stand by. I hate to use this video, but fair use. Let's see.
Doing the last one for the night. This about 5 hours ago.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong video. Give me a second. Stand by. I gotta find this video of Umar and not Umar, of Charlemagne the God defending Umar in this current crisis about the schools and what have you. And Charlemagne the God goes out of his way to defend Umar. And I want everybody to understand the fact that Charlemagne and his crew or whatever have had a history of platforming frauds and scammers. You know what I'm saying? In the past. So the fact that he's defended Umar is it's par for the course. So give me a second. Hold on, I'll find.
$70,000 on the school or whatever the case may be. Well, Charlemagne talked about this.
Oh,
in particular. Yeah, he actually talked. You got to hear this shit. He talked about. Let's play it.
Yeah.
The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved.
Let me tell you something. That video right there.
Fair use. Fair use. Fair use. It don't mean nothing if you don't say it 3 times. I'll let you, boy.
Should prove to people that Dr. Umar is exactly who he's always claimed to be. Because Dr. Umar has never asked anybody for a personal dollar. People always think that when he's asking for donations, he's doing it for selfish reasons, but the school is in Delaware. Like, we can't sit here and act like that school is not in Delaware. We can't sit here and act like, he hasn't shown us all the renovations he's done on the school. I think,
So what's that have to do with his personal finances?
He said they froze his account.
What's that got to do with the school?
He says that he's paying all those bills through his personal account.
Well, that's not how you run a school.
Oh, Chris, don't, you're asking too many.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe Dr. Umar just hasn't been up on his business the way he should have been all of these years.
I think that could be
I just don't think Dr. Umar would get out there and personally ask for money if he was using that money for personal reasons. If he was using the money he was getting for schools for personal reasons, even if his account was frozen, he wouldn't get online and expose himself like this and ask for actual money and tell everybody, hey, my accounts are frozen.
I believe him, man. I believe him.
I believe him too. Dr. Umar would not get online and tell people, I don't have any money personally coming in right now. My accounts are frozen.
Because if he was moneying them, he would just say, give me more donations.
Yes.
But this one, he's not saying give donations to the school. He's saying give us personal donations. What Chris brings up,
we don't really know what's going on. Because he did ask to continue to send donations. He said use PayPal. And he has in the past asked for personal donations. All you gotta do is go listen to people on the internet that do shit about him every day. And they'll be able to expose that information. I think Charlemagne he exposed himself
a lot.
Because you just sat up there and admitted that he wasn't up on this business like that. Maybe. No, ain't maybe. He not. Why you keep promoting him on your show then? And why are you trying to give him an out, bruh? And this is the part what I was saying the other day. It's going to come a time he's going to have to draw the line in the sand like Caesar did with Envy, like Envy did with Caesar. But I get it. He has to hold on. I guess they friends or whatever. He has to still hold on, to the semblance that he's connected to the black grassroots. And he's bringing the people on that he chooses and he picks. Because there's a lot of people that are doing great work. He won't touch them.
Yep.
They select the people that they bring on. On their show. Well, what's your thoughts? Unpack that, man, about, what Charlemagne said about Dr. Umar and him asking, for money.
I'm surprised, to be honest with you, because this entire time I almost thought that Charlemagne knew what was going on, but kind of just turned a blind eye for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Because he was cool, because he thought it was popular. I thought he knew a lot more than what he did, and what that shows me is he's completely oblivious. To what's really going on. And that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, first off, when you look at somebody as popular nowadays as Umar, the last 3 or 4 years, this dude has skyrocketed in popularity from going just to black sectors and black content creators and black spaces to where people were kind of trying to learn knowledge of self and different type of things that he was delivering, to now he's a household name. You white, Umar. You on Twitter, Umar. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be in a black sector or be listening necessarily to black content to know who Umar is, because he's a household name. And a lot of that is because of the promotion from the Breakfast Club, point blank, period. Probably one of the biggest outlets, hip hop outlets, cultural outlets we have out there still today.
All right. Now, Charlemagne the God and the Breakfast Club have been known for numerous scammers that they've given life to on their channel, and their channel has promoted and blew up a number of these scammers. What's up, FDMG Scam Records? They've blown up some people on the Breakfast Club. They've given them a platform to victimize the black community. This is what Charlemagne the God has done. Now, Cesar Pena and DJ Envy. Pena, a real estate investor who was often promoted on the Breakfast Club by co-host DJ Envy, has been arrested and accused of running a multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme. DJ Envy had partnered with Pena to host real estate seminars and frequently vouched for Pena's real estate expertise on the show. Okay, they're doing the same thing for Umar. You know what I'm saying? Beyond this specific incident, some interviewers on the show have explored scam-related topics or featured individuals involved in such activities. In 2019, episode entitled "What a Scam," the host opened phone lines to hear from listeners who had been scammed. Jamila Davis, a woman convicted of bank fraud, was interviewed on the show where she discussed her experiences and lessons learned. Like, they have been a whole platform for people who have been victimizing this community, and then they bring on Umar Johnson with his non-existent school, his trap bandos, and then he's up in New Jersey just the other day talking about $500,000 for another school. Negro, you ain't got the money. You ain't got the money for the water bill for the last building. Then before that, you was trying to you was scamming people for a school in Detroit, and the owners had to send you a damn cease and desist because the place was not for sale. The person who sent you a cease and desist was the mayor, who was the head of the council or whatever committee or whatever on top of that building. If there's no kids in it, it's not a school. Prior to that was St. Paul's College. When he went down there and made that funky video with those college kids, and then they never heard from him again. And he was giving steady updates on the process to buy this place, and he wasn't communicating with the people. Look, unbeknownst to him, the people from the school were actually watching his videos. They were actually watching his videos, like, okay, when does this dude want to call us? He raising money, but he ain't calling us. He didn't even put a bid in on a place. And then you got Charlemagne, which I think who was the basketball player, the dude that went from high school right into I think what you did was it
Kwame Brown.
Yeah, Kwame Brown. Kwame was calling out, was letting everybody know that Charlemagne ain't. They both from the same. They both from the same place. They Charleston, South Carolina. They both from the same place. He was telling everybody this dude ain't squat. He ain't nothing. You know, I remember being up in New York because I graduated high school in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I remember being up in New York, New Jersey area, or whatever, and this dude was Wendy Williams, like her background guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was her background guy. Now, how he ended up getting bigger than her? Now, well, what? She did get slapped down for trying to expose Diddy, and Diddy got her fired or whatever. But yeah, that's a whole other story. I ain't getting into that because I don't know nothing about it. And you know what? And if somebody came to me to tell me, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. Like, take that somewhere else. I don't want to hear that crap because I personally don't care. Because all of them a bunch of freaking weirdos, man. Like he's one of them dudes that, like when the presidential election was going on, they were saying that was playing both sides. Good evening, brother, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Before I speak, man, go and hit me with that little monkey. Hit me with the monkey.
I got you.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Man, don't never get old.
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm chilling, brother. How you feeling, man?
Yeah. Hey, let me just say this, man. The goal, and it should be the goal. The goal should be putting Umar Johnson behind bars. That should be the goal. No other goal. That should be the goal. And we should stay on the mission until he's behind bars. You know, a lot of people in YouTube now has jumped onto this stuff because, you know, they're monetizing Umar Johnson. Let's just be honest. It's turning into a monetization campaign where all these YouTubers, all of a sudden now, they're jumping on it because it's hot. It's a trending topic. You know, you have some fools talking about they gonna buy the school now and blah blah. I mean, black folks, man. I mean, we can never be serious. We can never be serious, and that's why somebody like Umar was able to come into our community, because you know, we do have a community, like it or not, to come in and finesse us. And this is the crazy thing, is that Umar has used his education. He's weaponized his education to fleece the flock. He's weaponized his education. It's almost like he went to school specifically so that he can come back into the community instead of giving back and helping people. He came back into the community to rob it. He learned something that the white man taught him, because let's be honest, the white man taught him everything he knows, pretty much. And he came back into the community and weaponized it. And now he's run amok, as Malcolm X would say. He's run amok in the black community. And now he's like a serial killer in the black community. He's running rampant through the black community like a serial killer, like a predator.
You ain't lying, bro. I don't understand how people actually support him. I don't understand how he has this level of support. You know, you got King Randall out there, who admittedly said, I got my idea from Umar. And he went out there and actually implemented it. He said there was times he was in his grandmother's house teaching kids. He's got a whole school going on, man. You know how much land $400,000 can buy in the South, which is where that school was probably better off paying.
Yeah, this is the thing, is that, and this is another thing. See, we gotta really, really, you know, be serious about this. And one thing we have to come to grips, and we have to, it's almost like a marketing campaign we have to run. We gotta understand that Umar never ever intended to have this school. He never intended. So we need to stop making excuses, or he's a bad business guy. You know, somewhere down the road he turned. All that other stuff. The con was from the get-go. He didn't have a change of heart. He didn't turn. He didn't go rogue or none of that stuff. Umar is a bad person. We have to realize that, and we also got to realize that anytime Umar talks or says anything, it's a lie. It's a lie unless he's given us tangible documentation, tangible, legitimate documentation, proof, tangible proof. He's a liar. Everything that comes out this man's mouth is a lie unless he shows tangible proof. He said that his bank accounts were frozen. Okay, he could easily tell us what bank it is, and people can go investigate for himself. And how is his bank accounts are frozen, but yet he's steady traveling around to different places. He's having events. Where he's getting this money from? You got to understand something. Umar is a master manipulator, and he's always he has a scam. The scam is it's a layered scam. It's like when one scam ends, another one begins. When that one ends, another one begins. It's a layer scam. I mean, he's a master scammer, a master manipulator. Every time Umar opens his mouth, you got to be under the assumption that he's lying. Unless he's showing you proof. I don't care if the man say it's sunny outside. I want to see pictures. I want to see you open up the blinds. I want to see for myself that it's sunny outside. You can't trust this man in no kind of way. Also, what needs to be brought up and needs to be put to the forefront, it needs to be hammered over and over and over again, is Umar's criminal record. Umar is a criminal. He's not a person that's just been arrested. Unfortunately, a lot of black men in this country has been arrested before. Hey, I've been arrested. I've gone to jail before. So you can't, from the state of Texas where I'm from, they say you might be able to beat the charge, but you ain't gonna beat the ride. So people do get charged and people go to jail. But this man has a rap sheet. This man has a rap sheet. He has 2 drug charges. He has some fraud charges. He has some trespassing charges. And we're not going to talk about the long list of judgments that he has, legal judgments that he has against him. That's character. How are you going to follow somebody with not even a sketchy character? This dude has a horrible character. That's why I keep saying worse than Diddy. Umar is worse than Diddy. And a lot of people are going to say, well, how is Umar worse than Diddy? He hasn't sex trafficked anybody. Umar doesn't take care of his kids. Umar's been caught with drugs many of times. Umar is running scams. He's literally robbed people. Theft of services. Don't pay his taxes. And so forth. And people want to talk about this man. Oh, he hasn't paid the taxes. He never intended on paying the taxes. That's money that he never intended on paying. All that money goes into his nose. It goes into his nose and it goes on airline tickets to go overseas. This man is using the school scam as a personal slush fund for himself to travel all around the world and have a good life. And even if he goes to jail, you got to understand that even if he goes to jail, he might do anywhere between 5 and 10 years. Anywhere between 5 and 10 years he's going to get when the feds eventually kick down the door and say the jig is up. Well, unfortunately, black men are willing to sacrifice years of their life for a good time. And he had a good time. He had a good run. He's been all around the world. He's ran through hundreds of thousands, not millions of dollars. Every city he done been through, he done smashed maybe 2 or 3 women. He's had a good time, a great time. And a lot of guys would be willing to roll the dice. They'd be willing to give up 5 to 10 years of their life for a 10-year run of traveling.
Not me.
Yeah. No, I didn't say you, but I'm saying a lot of men out here would give it up. They'll give up. You got guys out here robbing liquor stores for $200 and getting 15, 20 years. So, Umar,
bro, the fact that you said that, I think it's a good segue since you on here, right into one of your latest songs, Big Bubba.
Yeah, because he will be waiting in that cell for Umar.
His name gonna be Tooted Up Tuesday.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh, hey, look, hey, brother, you got time?
Yeah, I got time.
Hey, look, anybody in the comment section that want to chop it up with FDMG Frog Records, man. I know some people that was in the chat. They was talking about, you know, saying that your stuff is fire. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to talk to the brother, well, hey, man, one thing I say, man, can you put those songs in something that's downloadable? So when people come and now, don't be going on this brother's Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, YouTube, and taking his stuff and playing it, whatever. No, pay the man. Hit the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother, put your Cash App on. Do I got it in here? Let me look.
Yeah, I most definitely put. It's really the Cash App is $FGM Scam Records.
There you go. FGM Scam Records, $ before that, man. Go and send this brother. How much you looking for, brother?
Hey, whatever, man. It's whatever. You know, I'm. You don't have to give me a whole bunch of money or anything, because it's not really about the money. This is, I'm a principle guy.
This is awareness.
Yeah, I'm most definitely a principle guy, and I think Umar and I don't like seeing black men be incarcerated or anything like that, because incarceration is not a good thing. However, Umar Johnson needs to be put in prison. He does, because he will not stop. He's not gonna stop. He's not going to stop. Never. He's one of those guys where he keeps messing with you. You got to put hands on him. You can't tell him, hey man, leave me alone. Hey, let's just go our separate ways. No, he's one of those guys that you got to actually make. He's from Missouri. You got to show him.
I ain't heard it in a while. It's a show me state. You're damn right. Look, that's why I stayed gone for about 5 years, because I was on him so bad, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was hostile. I mean, I wanted a piece of his neck. Now, if you go back and you look at a lot of Umar's old stuff, right? There were certain people that he didn't mention unless he was pressed. I was one of them people. Now, he had those videos out. He was like, Lenore, I'm on your ass. Gerald Palmer, I'm on your ass. I was on him real hard at that time. He would not say my name. And then
why he wouldn't say your name? You know why he wouldn't say your name?
What was that?
They, all these YouTube clowns, that's their strategy. Trust me, I had to step away from YouTube for a year. I used to be a real big YouTuber, and then I had to step away. The reason why these guys don't mention your name and stuff like that is because you are the truth. They don't want people to investigate you and find out what the truth is. They're never.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. I'm telling you. Somebody had put out on YouTube one time. They said, if we found Umar dead somewhere, or something happened to Umar, we know who did it. And I was on it. I had to get up. I had to leave that whole thing with him or whatever, because in more context, this is the time that I had just got home from Afghanistan. I was still in that mode. I hadn't reintegrated yet fully, blah blah blah. And this dude was messing with my family. That was just another fight, another mission. I had to leave. I had to walk away. If I love my freedom, I had to walk away. And there were certain people that he just did not mention. He didn't mention because he knew that, okay, well, I'm gonna leave that one alone, because that one is not here for YouTube. And I was not here for YouTube. I was not here for YouTube. I'm gonna leave it at that. But right now, everything's cool, copacetic, bro. Everything's cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised at his history that nobody hasn't, touched him yet. I mean, it is a.
I had planned to.
Yeah,
I had planned to.
Maybe the angels are protecting him. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. He you know what? He kind of reminds me of an informant. He's moving like an informant. And what I mean by that is that he's doing all these scheming activities, but nothing ever happens to them. That sounds like an informant. You know, they can do dirt or whatever else, but nothing ever comes back on them. You know, it's almost like he's an informant. And if he doesn't go to jail in the next 2 years, if he doesn't face some type of criminal penalty, I'm gonna say he is a federal informant. He has to be. He has to be because this guy has violated at least 3 to 4 felonies easily.
Multiple times.
And the thing is, let me just say this one more thing. And the thing is that he has a mountain of evidence because he's on social media. He's the biggest self-snitching person on the planet. Ain't nobody self-snitched better than Umar. Nobody.
No, not at all. But you know what? I was watching some old clips last night of Pharaoh. What's his name? The little skinny kid, like the young boy. Pharaoh something. And it seemed like what happened to him.
Young Pharaoh, yeah. There's
some parallels with this. Young Pharaoh had basically turned on everybody, all his followers or whatever. Like at one point in time, he was preaching about, you know, going against law enforcement or whatever, protecting their rights, blah 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 blah, and saying that white people come from a flea in a net or some mess, some craziness was saying, to the point where, you know, he switched to being a snitch and all this other kind of stuff, and like it's like he went crazy, whatever. It was like he had been contacted, like something like you know what I mean, like. Really, like they tried to get him to be a propagandist on their side, and he didn't know how to handle it, and it drove him crazy. Whereas Umar seemed to be embracing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I kind of follow your logic. Yeah,
you know
I kind of follow you.
It set him off, but Umar is like, okay, so you gonna let me get this money, and as long as I don't say nothing about what I said about in North Carolina or South Carolina about killing a cop, or certain things I don't say, you won't bother me. As long as I feed you some information about, let's say, Brother Polite or Nature Boy, as long as I feed you information, I can do what I want. Okay, I'm cool with that. But he has a diabolical aura about him. Like he's really that dude is diabolical. If you like the women who when Kim Ringold came out, the conscious stripper, and me and my wife were both talking to her, like my wife was like, you know, a friend or whatever, like woman to woman stuff or whatever, and I'm like, okay, so you know me, I'm like, you know, saying the brother, I'm like, okay, so what do you do to you? Like, you know of anybody else he did this to? Or whatever, you know, I'm trying to get information or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to make sure this don't happen again. My wife is like, you know what I'm saying, doing that, oh, you know what I'm saying, you know, and I'm like, no, you know what I'm saying, who the hell else? And she told me about a female, somebody up in Canada that's scared to come forward or whatever, and it was like a whole bunch of other stuff. And then there was some other one that contacted me on the down low or whatever that made me promise I wouldn't say nothing. And then you got this thing, and I walked away from it. And then 5 years later, you got Lene. They come out, and she said the same stuff that they were saying back 10 years ago. And
yeah, it's the same MO. These guys, you know, I mean, nothing changes, a pattern. You know, just think about it for a second. Listen to all the announcements Umar be making on the places he be going. And remember, he's been doing this for what, 15, 20 years? Mm-hmm. All the cities and all the places he's gone, you know, he's had sex. When he was at the when he was doing the movie with the producer that was on Honor's show. Mm-hmm. Hell, I think they shot that movie in less than 2 weeks, 10 days or whatever else. He was down there trying to bring the girls into his room. You know, so can you imagine him? You know, him going to each of these cities. This guy probably has smashed probably about 400 women. So there, in other words, what I'm trying to say is that there's plenty of potential victims to come forward. Plenty of them. You know, it's just a matter if they want to come forward. And a lot of them are not going to come forward because they don't want to be associated with it. They don't want to, you know, women don't want to be exposed because it'll kind of expose them. You know, Lene, she's embracing the exposure, you know, so, you know, it doesn't ruffle her. You know, she's embracing it. And you see how they coming after her, calling her all kind of names and everything like that. Oh, she gave it, oh, she did this, she did that, blah, blah, blah. Well,
this dude is claiming to be related to me. I don't want him to do with him. And I got people in my inbox calling me names. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is lying on my family. I don't give a damn about his. Don't want to be associated with him, but he's claiming association to me and my relationship. And we don't want a damn thing to do. You claim a relationship to us, then that implicates us in your bullshit. And we ain't got nothing to do with that. And we don't have nothing to do with you. It was like, well, I go to family reunions. I don't know what the hell family reunions you going to. Because it damn sure ain't the Baileys. It ain't the Baileys. It ain't the Douglases. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to show that you are a Bailey from Talbot County, Maryland. I saw his so-called family tree thing that he goes around promoting, in which he stopped doing that years ago. He don't bring that family tree around anymore. That thing starts in 1833. Our family hit the slave ship hit the docks of Oxford, Maryland in the 1600s. You got over 150 years unaccounted, and you claim that you're related to Frederick Douglass, and you got over 150 years unaccountable. Make that make sense, bro.
Once again, like I said once before, when Umar mouth is moving, he's lying.
When he's blinking.
When his mouth is moving, he's lying. I mean, I've yet to hear that guy even tell the truth on anything. Every time, I mean, his mouth is moving. Every time it's moving, he's lying. I mean, he's beyond a pathological liar. I don't even know what's beyond that. What's higher than a pathological liar? I mean, I don't know.
The devil. Hey, but here's the thing about the devil. The devil don't lie about everything. Because the truth hurts worse than a lie. Hey, look, I'm going to make sure, I'm big on honoring people or whatever. I'm going to make sure, brother, while we got you right here, right now, man, we're going to give you your flowers, man. Look, I want everybody to check out, if you wasn't here earlier at 2 hours and 32 minutes ago, and you're just coming in, I want you to check out some of this brother's work. I want to play this video right here, man, of what Umar has to look forward to after his conviction. Because if the wheels of justice turn like they should, this is what should happen.
Hold on, before you play it, let me just make a quick announcement. I got a video dropping probably in the next couple hours. It's gonna be a music video. It's called The Book of Negroes. It's gonna be fun.
Hey, look, bro, please make this stuff downloadable, bro. Hey, as a matter of fact, man, tell everybody what you do for a living. You're an accountant, right?
Yeah, that's what I went to school for. I'm an accountant. That's what I do. But now I just got back from I've lived in Africa for 5 years. I just got back. I had a business over there. I had an import-export business over there, and I got involved in some political things, and the government deported me back to the United States by gunpoint. Matter of fact, by gunpoint, took my assets and everything, and so that's what I was living in Africa. So I understand about Umar traveling around the world. I've lived in I visited and lived in I lived in South Africa and I lived in Uganda, but I've been to Botswana, Ethiopia, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Eswatini, Mozambique. I've been all over East and South Africa. I'm very familiar with some of the countries he's gone to, and I'm quite familiar with the African politics and so forth and so on. So and I know how expensive it can be over there. I know how the people are, how corrupt the people are over there as well. So like I said once before, I don't have a problem with Umar. If he was a legit guy, he could make all the money he can make. I'm not against capitalism. I'm not anti-capitalism, but he's just a bad guy, man. And like I said once before, I donated to him when that St. Paul's College, when he first dropped that video. I think he dropped it in, can't remember the exact, it was roughly around 2015, 16, maybe 17, around that time he dropped it. I can't remember the exact year.
Come back on the panel tomorrow night, man. We breaking down the interview that I did with the real estate agent 8 years ago.
You gotta most let me tell you something. That is the smoking gun. You know, a lot of these people that, like I said once before, a lot of these people that's making these YouTube channels, they come in late to the party. They don't really know what's going on. They try to get this man the benefit of the doubt or whatever else. These things we gotta hammer into people's minds. He's a criminal. He's a scammer. He's a liar. Those are the things that in other words, if he's a vampire, he can bite you. You gotta keep saying he can bite you. I know he doesn't look like a vampire, but he's a vampire. He can bite you.
Look, and since you brought that up about how stuff go back, that jogged my mind. There was a lot of people back there in the beginning and whatever that it fell out. Some are not here no more. I mean, I'm not saying not here on earth. I mean, not in the community no more or whatever. And I left the community. And then there was just people that that butted heads like I butted heads with Afro Spengali. And I'm gonna tell you why. And people left my page. I mean, left my membership stuff on YouTube over anti-Spengali. Now, in some cases, and I'm gonna say this, so in some cases, when we talk about how bad the supporters of Umar are or were, in some cases, the supporters of people who were supporting the people the pages who trying to take Umar down were just as bad as the people who were supporting Umar. So this is what happened. I had convinced Jamal Johnson to take a DNA test to find out if they were really related to the family, right? He took the DNA test. It came up negative that he was not. It didn't match any of us. And then he tried to sit on the results, and I said, "No, bro, you need follow the agreement. You need to go ahead and talk about that." He wouldn't do it, whatever. So then there was a few of the the group that were anti-Umarians and that were trying to expose everything or whatever. And everybody's like, he didn't come up with this stuff, whatever. And I said, look, this is what I proposed. I said, if we can get Jamal to just release his stuff or whatever, if we can get him to release it, let's all agree just to leave him alone. If you just release the truth or whatever. So Anti-Spengali went and made a video and said, "There's Bailey trying to bully us into doing blah, 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 blah. Buyer beware." That's not what happened. I said, hey, look, everybody, if we just get him to release the stuff, if he'll agree to it, let's just agree to leave him alone. As long as he don't do nothing else. He's trying to bully me. It didn't start making videos about me. And I was like, okay, no, I will sue you.
You have to understand, this whole YouTube game, I mean, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. And a lot of these
She was just trying to get views and was going to try to use me for it. And I hadn't done anything. If we get, you know what I'm saying? I hadn't done anything wrong. I said, hey, look, if we can get him just to release the stuff, won't we agree to leave him alone if he just released the stuff? And she made whole videos about me. I'm like, no. Only reason why I didn't sue her is because they told me it would cost me $70,000. And at the time, that was my whole yearly disability. Because I was on disability. And I was like, because I'm a disabled veteran. And all I had was my VA check, and it was my whole VA check for the year. So I was like, no, you know what? But I forget it.
It's a dirty game, man. This YouTube thing, it's a dirty game. You know, it's a thin line. Like, for example, you know, shout out to Leonard Honor, but he's walking a thin line because I mean, he's exposing Umar, which is a good thing. That's a great thing. You know, he's showing receipts. He's getting people to do all that stuff, but he's not putting the final nail in the man's coffin. In other words, he's keeping him on life support instead of pulling the plug. He's keeping them on life support because it's advantageous for the hospital to keep you on life support because they're making money off of you. You know, once they pull the plug, you're not a cash cow anymore.
I get what you're saying, but and there's a lot of truth to it. At the same time,
I don't have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with him doing what he's doing.
I'm gonna tell you what I like about Leonard Honor. I'm gonna tell you what I like about Leonard Honor. I saw his shows years ago, and then I see where they are now. I honor, no pun intended, the progression and the diligence or whatever, because I'm a military guy. I see a lot of people who have no diligence and they have no follow through.
Yeah, he has stick to itness. He has stick to itness. He is like the Terminator. I will give him credit on that.
That's what I like about him.
His mission. In which in turns he's being rewarded, which is a good thing. That's good for him to sticking to something. He's being rewarded. I have no problem with that.
But to be honest with you, I would like to interview Leonard Honor. All the Umar stuff aside, I like to interview Leonard Honor for Leonard Honor. I like to interview him.
If you can get him now, you know he kind of like hot right now. So you know you might have been able to got him a year last year maybe, but he hot in the physically. It wouldn't
have been a good interview a year ago. But see, and that's something else that that's never been me. I'm never going to get too hot. Man, I got some stuff going on right now. Like I'm hot in some places. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to get too hot where I can't come back down and talk to somebody or whatever. And I'm not saying come back down to me talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm going to come back down and talk to anybody coming back down. That, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother thing that has a whole nother meaning that I detest. But another 6 months, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that's on this chat that ain't never heard of me, it'll be a big difference then. And I'm not the type of person, if you're well intended, intentions are good.
I think most definitely he should interview you, because you are part of this whole entire, saga. So I most definitely think he should interview you. And somebody should reach out and tell him to interview you, because you play an integral role in this whole situation as well. Umar has gotten you involved, so I think that's very, very important.
He made whole comments, whole videos about me. I'm like, okay, so I'm the coon, I'm the agent. It's funny, right? It's funny now. I'm the coon, I'm the agent, but I ain't got no photos in my house say FBI on them. This dude, you know what I'm saying? Most people have come out and said, most people have said that they believe he's an FBI agent. They've seen proof of it. I'm like, I'm discharged from the military. And even when I was in the military, I didn't have the security clearance or anything like that that anybody would give a damn about Umar. You know, I mean, what I did, I mean, I was military. I mean, I was in the military police unit and all that stuff. But they didn't give a damn about no damn Umar. But I do. But actually, truthfully, the connections I have now, I could do a whole lot about Umar. I didn't have those connections back then. If he keeps up, the names he called me, I'll make them true. Because now I have the platform and the connection. I didn't have what he was calling me those names. I didn't have it. I didn't have none of that. He thought I did. I didn't. I do now.
Yeah, and I think, like I said once before, the only knock I have against Leonard is that his platform now, he's at a position now that he can pull the plug on him. He could take Umar out, in essence, or be a key player in taking him out. Let's take this guy out. Let's get him off the streets, because I mean, it's just so many things. He gives black men a bad name. He gives future nonprofit people that want to go into create a nonprofit. He gives those people bad names. He gives entrepreneurs bad names. He's going
to kill the Pan-African movement. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but let's pivot for a second. I want your opinion on, if Umar goes to prison or gets locked up and goes to jail like Polite, Nature Boy, all of them, what does that do to the conscious movement?
I don't think it really hurts the conscious movement. And let me tell you why. Because the conscious movement is a small movement. It's a small group, number one. And number two, those people, they're resilient. They just keep moving. Because Umar's not the only scammer in that. It's a community of scammers. Because all they have, their product is selling so-called information. Their product is tapping in.
You don't think it's selling false hope?
Well, yeah, it's information, and I'm gonna say this, and it's also playing on our what is it, post-slavery traumatic disorder, because that's what it is. It really plays on, the white man is this, the white man is that. It plays on our insecurities. It plays on our oppression. That's what it, and that's, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You don't see any of these conscious people creating businesses. Is the only way you're gonna get rid of the white man, or you gonna compete with the white man, you got to go out on the field and compete with him from a business perspective. You got to compete with him in the business arena.
So, let me ask you this question. Compare the conscious community to the FBA community. What do you? How do you compare the two? What's the?
Say that again. Say that one more time.
The conscious community versus the FBA community.
Well, I think this is the deal with these ADOS and all these are nothing but gangs. That's what they are. They're gangs. They're gangs to differentiate, to isolate, to put them in a group. Because at the end of the day, the only person that really wins when we talk about these small little sub communities is the people that spearheaded. Those are the only people that ever really truly benefit. All the followers and stuff like that, those are the people that give the money. It's almost like a congregation. The only person really at the church that really is being blessed is the pastor. The pastor's being blessed. The flock is not really being blessed unless they go outside the church and find their own blessing. So the only person that's being blessed is the pastor, because he created the church. He's the leader of the church. And that's what, and these ADOS and all this other stuff, bless her heart. What's her Yvette Cornell, whatever her last name is. Bless her heart, Tariq Nasheed and all those people. Doing Hidden Colors. The only person that really benefited from Hidden Colors is Tariq. Anybody that's benefited from the museum is Tariq. Anybody that's benefiting from anything that he creates is him. Everybody else is just a spectator and a donator. Just like the same thing with this Umar scam school. The only person that's not one black child has been educated. Not one black child has benefited from Umar school. The only person that's benefited from Umar school is Umar. Umar and his nose and his dick. Those are the only people that benefit from them. With the ADOS movement, what would make the ADOS movement great is that those guys could start businesses, or they could start investing into companies, corporations, where they could become some type of shareholder, a minority or a majority shareholder. This is one thing about one thing that black folks don't understand is that you can never ever beg for power. You have to take it. Nobody will ever give you power. No one will ever relinquish power. No one would never relinquish power. You have to take it.
This is true. I was trying to find this video, man, of Umar sending a dope man for coke, just doing this and going like that and going like this. I'm trying to find that video, man. Y'all gotta understand, this dude's a dope head. How else did you squander over 1.6 million and you bought some properties for 400,000 or less, and you don't have $37,000? You didn't pay the water bill for 5 years.
He didn't pay. You know what? The truth is going to eventually come out. I bet you $1 to a donut. I bet you $1 to a donut. I bet you 2 dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts that this guy did not pay $400,000 for that property. Umar is a scammer. You see, the thing about when you're running a scam, the scam is to accumulate as much as the money possible and spend less. He's operating it like a business. The expense because you don't scam anybody. I'm not gonna scam you for $20,000 and then I have to eventually put in $19,000. I have to expend $19,000 to get to 20. So really I only get a return of $1,000. No, I wanna expend maybe $2,000 and then keep 18. It doesn't make sense. It ain't nowhere in the world Umar paid $500,000 for those properties.
On brownfields.
Yes. That's the dead giveaway. That's the dead giveaway.
Well, see, this is what I said back in 2019. If you remember, back in 2019, the end was near. The feds knocked at the door, man. Everybody was on that top, like real serious. And he bought them buildings, and I was like, yo, that's a cover. He bought them buildings to say, I'm getting this done or whatever. I'm not a scammer. But once you look into those buildings, you realize there's nothing viable there. Nothing viable. But
you have somebody in your saying that's documented that those buildings were purchased at $400,000. I like to look at the documents and look beyond the documents. It might be an exchange value of $400,000, but he probably didn't pay $400,000.
No, it don't say it if you don't have documents. Don't bring it to the chat if you can't click the link and come on and share the documents. If you can share the documents, by all means, come through. But if you can't get on the link, if I can't drop you a link and you can't produce the documents, keep it to yourself.
And think about it. Think about it for a second. Why would you buy a school in a contaminated area, and then it's not too far from a prison? why would you buy something? The reason why
in a neighborhood full of documented sexual offenders.
Yeah. Why would you buy something? I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. Even if he paid $400,000, that just shows you how dumb he was. It really is even dumber if he paid $400,000 for it.
Pretty
but
much.
like I said once before, the dude, the dude just need to go.
Hold that thought, brother. I'm going to premiere your video right here while you on the channel. And when the video is over, we come back. Now I want you to finish your thought, but I also want you to give everybody your perspective of the song. All right. And here we go.
Big Bubba, waiting in Umar's cell. Yeah, FDMG scam, they're Umar in jail. That booty ain't getting there. Big Bubba waiting in the cell. Some lying to the owners of St. Paul's College, running game, telling them that he would be it. He used a lie to shoot a video to get it started. The PayPal scheme was finally born that had its donations popping like popcorn. The scam was a long con, get the donors to invest in a 20-year donation marathon. Little devil, he went to the Breakfast Club and the scam shot to a new level. Interview after interview, his popularity grew. Umar was on cloud nine. The conscious con man bragged about being related to people he never knew. He was Frederick Douglass' cousin, Marcus Garvey's son. Umar would lie to God as long as the scam continued to run. All over the globe, the feds were taking notes. The scam was sloppy, he didn't stay on his toes. Taxes weren't filed, bills going unpaid. Umar thought he was John Gotti. Too much cocaine up his nose, beaming me up, Scotty. Tax evasion, fraud, embezzlement, all the charges, the allegations are serious. Your attorney needs to get started. The plea deal is on the table. Sign on the dotted line. If you confess to your crimes, you might get less time. The evidence is just too damn much. If we had to get it all together, it would fill a truck. The scam is over, you just ran out of all your love. Oh, Big Bubba, waiting in Umar's cell. I said, Big Bubba, waiting in Umar's cell. Oh, FDMG scam was derailed. Umar, now sitting this scam and lying ass in jail. That King Kong booty is gonna get nailed. 20-year donation marathon. Oh, was a sneaky little devil. He went to the Breakfast Club and the scam shot to another level. Interview after interview, his popularity grew. Lying about being related to people he never knew. He was Frederick Douglass' grandson, Marcus Garvey's son. Umar would lie to God as long as the scam continued to run. Big Bubba waiting Umar's cell. I said, Big Bubba waiting in Umar's cell. Yeah, FDMG scam finally derailed. Umar now in jail. That big booty about to get nailed. Umar was his own worst enemy. Video after video exposing himself to the feds. The boy couldn't keep his mouth shut. Self-snitching all over the globe. The feds were taking notes. The scam was sloppy. Umar didn't stay on his toes. Taxes weren't filed. Bills going unpaid. Umar thought he was John Gotti. Too much cocaine up his nose. Beaming me up, Scotty. Tax evasion, fraud, embezzlement were the charges. The allegations are serious. Your attorney needs to get started. The plea deal is on the table. Sign on the dotted line. You know you are guilty. You might get less time. The evidence is just too damn much. If we had to get it all together, it would fill up a damn truck. The scam is over, Umar. You just ran out of love. Big Bubba waiting in Umar's cell. I said, Big Bubba waiting in Umar's cell. Oh, FDMG scam finally derailed. Umar, the scammer in jail. King Kong booty getting nailed. Oh yeah, it's gonna get nailed. Hit the cash app one more time. Hit the cash app one more time. He needs a bottle of wine. Big Bubba waiting in Umar's cell.
While sitting in the kitchen, I heard some of the old slaves talking to their parents, having been stolen from Africa by white men and were sold here as slaves. The whole mystery was solved at once. From that time, I resolved that one day I would run away. I am your fellow man, but not your slave. Frederick Douglass. The Blackness.
Man, I don't understand how you can support Umar. Anyone. I don't understand it. Hey, brother, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, brother, can you tell us the creativity and everything that went behind that particular song?
Yeah, I can tell you the reason why the concept. Being the same like everybody else. I want to be different. I'm different. And so I came up with an idea to create songs because they're catchy, people will remember them, and you can play them over and over and over, and all those songs can be dispersed to other people. You know, a song, it'll last forever. You know, and a person, you know, for example, this live, somebody might watch this live once, if that. You know, they're not going to watch your live over and over and over because it's too long, you know, and so forth. A song can be anywhere from between 2 to 3 to 4 minutes, you know, and sometimes they can be a little longer like this song was. but they can play it over and over and over, and it eventually gets into their psychosis. So it's kind of like a marketing campaign, So I decided to come up with this concept, create a page, and see where it goes. And I'm gonna be doing some other stuff. So I'm gonna be doing some commentary. I'm gonna do a little comedy. I'm gonna turn this stuff into skits. Well, not necessarily skits, videos and stuff like that, because I'm really dedicated, or I want to be dedicated. I'm gonna say I want to be dedicated to actually bringing Umar down. And it's just in this. But for us as black men, we don't want Umar to be the poster child for black men. He's a bad guy.
Hell no.
I'm not saying he's Attila the Hun, but goddamn it, he's a bad guy. He's one of the bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know, man. I got 2 daughters, a son, and a stepson. And my stepson, I raised them, and I don't consider him a stepson. I consider him, to be my son. My biological son, Terrence Jr., has, you have issues sometimes with your kids when they get grown. My biological son is 30 years old, and he's not living up to expectations. And right now I'm teaching him a hard lesson. I have 2 daughters. One is in a long-term relationship with a college sweetheart. She's 26 years old, and my baby girl is 25 years old, and she still lives with her mother down in Florida. If any of my daughters, my son has learned his lesson, but if my daughter called me and said that some guy put their hands on them or whatever, and they was out in the street or something like that or whatever, the first thing I would do is say, well, I'll ask where you're at. What's the nearest hotel to you? And I would cash up them money to go to that hotel and stay there until I get there. And my oldest daughter's in Dayton, Ohio. My youngest daughter's in Manatee County, Florida, that I know of. And I would be either in my Dodge Ram or my Scat Pack, and I'd be on my way down there within whatever time it took me to pack a bag and take a shower and get out the door. I don't understand what in the hell Umar. And then on top of that, my wife and I take care of my mom. I sold my house to buy a bigger house to move my mom in because she was falling down and everything, and she was living alone, and would call me at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I gotta go to work in the morning, telling me that she's in the floor, can't get up, and I will have to drive 40 miles to her house, pick her up, put her in the bed, tuck her in, and then we'll leave from there and go to work. So I was like, screw this, I bought a bigger house and moved her in. I don't understand this dude raising over $1.6 million and moving into his mother's Section 8 housing. You raised this amount of money and did not monetize yourself good enough or whatever to be able to not only have a place for yourself, but to be able to put a roof over your mama's head instead of you moving into your mama's house like a child. I don't get that.
Well, I get it. I had to go back in the last 2 weeks. I've been, been watching a lot of Umar content just to get up to speed. Like I said, I've been knowing about Umar since 2014, 13, whenever. Once after the first 2 years, I realized that school wasn't going to be built. I knew it was a scam, you know. So I just moved on. I just chunked it, I didn't give them, a whole bunch of money. I just donated just to support. So I wasn't a quote unquote repeat donator, and I was invested. I was emotionally invested in the project and stuff like that. I just gave my 2 cents. I put my 2 cents in because I want to see Black boys achieve greatness. You know, I'm most definitely pro-Black. But I knew after 2 years that it wasn't gonna be in the school, and then further to even, and that's why I don't understand how silly people are. You cannot be running a school and be on every other podcast. He was doing more podcasts and more interviews than he was running a school. That's a full-time job. As a matter of fact, he was running a business. It's a business. It's an actual business.
You are exactly right, man. I run the Bailey family, the Eastern Shore base. The Maryland base, First Douglas Family Nonprofit. I also have a job that I work 12 to 14 hours a day, and so it gets in the way of nonprofit business, family business, and I gotta keep telling the board, I'm like, y'all gotta raise the money to get me out of, because I drive a tractor trailer. All right, you gotta raise the money for labor funds to get me out of this truck. I mean, you got to, because I should have at least 3 meetings a day, and I can't do that because I'm in a tractor trailer going to New Jersey, New York. I'm in Philly almost every day, and Reading and Albany and all that stuff. So what Umar being on Joe Budden and being on the Bad Girls Club, and no, you're not serious about building a school. And the fact, brother, even if you was serious about building a school, it's not about the time management, but the fact that you're associating yourself with these brands, and then you expect me to let my daughter come to your school, or my son, you know what I'm saying? And then crushing the cookies, doing all kind of crap. I have to worry about some disheveled, dejected ex-boyfriend or husband who didn't know that his wife was diddling the Prince of Pan-Africanism, who's running the school, and then some upset husband to come there and shoot up the school with my son in there.
Yeah,
because
can't happen.
You don't know how to. You're not professional.
Not only that, all the sexual harassment suits he would end up getting. I mean, it just even
that too. That's crazy, man. And then, brother, check this out too. Check this out. Given his track record and everything we know about him or whatever, let's say you have a son, and you're a non-custodial parent, and your son's mother decides to enroll him Cross-Scan Records Jr. into Umar Johnson School, and you know this dude's track record. Wouldn't it be grounds for you to take the custodial mother to court for 100% custody and malfeasance or something like that, whatever, because she basically trying to put this kid in a school with a dude who's a known abuser?
Yeah, he has. Let me say this, and I'm glad you mentioned that. He wasn't going to be able to get accreditation for any school, and that's why he wanted the school to be private. He wasn't going to be able to get accreditation because he has a child abuse charge on him.
He cannot see his own kids without supervision.
It goes back to his record again. The reason why he's not working, the main reason why he's not working is, I can answer all these questions. I'm not saying they're 100% accurate, but they probably are close in the ballpark. One reason why he's not working is because he can't get a job. Once people do a criminal background check on him and they see all these possessions of especially him being in the medical field, the psychiatric field, when they see that he's a drug abuser, nobody's going to hire him. when they see he got that child case on him, nobody's gonna hire him. He's unhireable. He's not hireable. Now we want to talk about the monetizations of his channels and stuff, which is kind of crazy. But the reason why he doesn't monetize his channels and his, you know, his social media platforms is because he doesn't want to give any of that money to his baby mamas, because they would get a percentage of that money. So he rather not even make any money. It goes back to the child, and I never understand this. I don't have any kids, but I love children. But that goes back to how guys will quit their jobs just not to pay child support. I never understood that. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you? It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. Why would you quit your job? Because you don't want to pay you don't want to. It's not about your baby mama. It's about the child. That's your child. That's your child. So it would behoove you to give some type of support to your child. Forget the baby mama. And if she takes the money and squander it or whatever else, so be it. You did your part. So that's the reason why he's none of his channels, and he's not, you know, and think about it, he doesn't have a job. He's probably paying the minimum of child support, which is once again another charge. I'm not surprised that his wife, his baby mamas can rake him over the coal. If I was one of his baby mamas, I would rake him over the coals, because he's embezzling money. He's not working. He's not working, and he's using. Why do you think he's always talking about donation? How is he able to afford all these trips? A trip to Africa, air flights to Africa runs $1,500 lowest. Round trip $1,500 lowest, depending on where you're going. They can go anywhere from 15, and you don't know if he's flying first class. If he's flying first class, those tickets are running anywhere between 3 and 5. And it costs a lot of money to rent cars. He doesn't even have a car. Renting a car is way more expensive than having it. Why not just take some of the money and buy a car? Buy a cash car at that. This guy doesn't want those. That just shows you how evil he is. He doesn't want his kids to have nothing.
Man, he lives in Philly. He could go to Mannheim and get a car. Mannheim is one of the largest auctions in the country. He can go to Mannheim and get a really, really nice car for pennies on the dollar. He didn't do that.
No, because he doesn't want. You gotta understand why he does what he does. You gotta just sit down and you gotta figure out why he does what he does. And once you figure it out, don't make no other excuses. Don't make no other excuses. It is what it is. This guy is evil. I mean, he's actually evil, but he's doing typical nigga shit. That's nigga shit. You know, quitting your job so you don't have to pay child support. And remember, he's supposed to have 6 degrees or whatever. But yeah, he's acting, he's defying what a rational person would do. With some common sense. He doesn't, I mean, he's just a ghetto ass nigga. In other words, he's a hood rat. That's what he is. He's a male hood rat. An educated hood rat. That's what he is. And like I said once before, he's taking his show. In other words, he's taking his dysfunction on the road. He's able to take his dysfunction and put it all and pretty much disseminate it all over the world. Because what you're seeing is who Umar really is. And like they said, money really magnifies who you really are.
Hey, they say power actually tells you it doesn't reveal your strength, it reveals who you really are. Who said that? Michelle Obama. Power reveals who you really are. There was a study. I don't know if we got any psychologists in the bill. We got 31 people in the house. We got as high as 70, and we should have way more. And I'm pretty sure it's going to explode right about now because we got the queen in.
Hey,
everybody,
hello,
say
hello,
hello. Let's welcome her in real quick.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Get off my way.
What's up, Siobhan?
That's how my week started. I was like, let me get a host on. No, what's going on? How is everybody?
I'm good.
Oh man. So what did I miss?
You missed a whole lot.
I know I did. I had to get this done. Did you guys talk about the tech guy wanting to save FDMG?
Yep, we talked about that, and
I didn't say anything about it. Let me just say this: the same thing. The center, he's just a clout chaser.
He's center.
Yeah, he's a clout. All these guys, you can't take any of these YouTubers serious. You just can't. Unfortunately,
he said he would buy the property.
I'm leaning towards that way, and I was gonna do a video about this. I'm just so reluctant to do anything because they're like, why is she still talking? And like, don't come on my page. But I wanted to say this because I'm actually in. Oh, there's a lot, but I'm gonna give you the short version. So my hope, before I knew who Umar Johnson was, there are certain people that are interested in investing in things like what Umar is doing, because we do not have, as you probably know, having a non-for-profit, we do not have things set up to where we have our own funding. Like, we don't have philanthropists that, go off the books or go for private. So a lot of times investors are the way to go, like you're looking for venture capitalists or whatever. So I've been on that road before I come off. And I'm juggling 3. So with that, there are certain things that you have to do in order to get, depending on how it's set up, to get money released to you, so that you can complete the project. Umar, but it requires you to be under a level of scrutiny that Umar is not going to be able. And I don't even know if this guy is interested or what kind of plan he's going to have for him. But Umar's not going to be able to do that because of his personality. And you know how investors can get real personal. Like, they can get in your business. I've had people turn me down because I'm a single mother. Not because they're against the lifestyle, but because they feel like you're going to be overspent. There's no way you're going to get me where I need to go. You're asking them for, like, let's say $535K. And they're like, well, if I take this, and even though I like what you're doing, if I take this money and I set it aside and I gamble on you, I could actually be putting that money into something that's a surefire thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because some people think, well, so you want me to take and waste that time where I could put it in, throw it into something. Somebody's got a beautiful portfolio. They're constantly throwing things together. Their work ethic, their personal life is not affecting anything. But you want me to take this time out with you and take a gamble on you. I don't know if I want to do that. So that happens. Sometimes it's because, like, I'm always encouraging Black men to get married, because a lot of times that's it. They don't, you're not married. You want me to take a chance. I don't, for whatever reason. It's just whatever that investor pulls out there, because it's their money, and you gotta play to play and or pay to play, and then you also have to meet what they determine is necessary in order to get that money. And Umar is not going to bow to anybody. He's not going to be able to fulfill certain deadlines, because on his own, like even attempting this project was a bad decision. It's like a series of bad decisions. And then I have to wonder about the guy, because if you're going to invest in something like him and you're not trying to get to know him personally, or you're not trying to get to know anything else, not too many people are just going to throw their money at something that took him so long in order to get to certain points. Even though he was using donations, that means scale back on your project. But these are all calls that investors look at. So to make sure that you are somebody that knows how to, make good decisions. So I don't know that would be something that I would put a whole lot of stock in. It's nothing I've ever seen before.
Well, we can stop talking about, hypothetically talking about what Umar could have done or would have done or should do, because Umar wasn't going to do any of those things from the beginning. It was a scam. We got to keep.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in that.
It was a scam from the beginning. He had no intentions on creating a school.
Yeah.
First of all, he wasn't going to be able to create the capital. He wasn't going to be able to. This guy has a rap sheet long as our arms. So what?
Really?
Yes. He has 2 arrests. He has 2 cocaine arrests. He has another child endangerment arrest. That's why he can't. That's why he has
around kids.
He can't be. So how in the world you gonna be around? You're gonna run a school when you can't even be around kids?
And it's so many different components to this that sometimes I forget about those things, like the license. Somebody, and I was trying to get the footage from the licensing when they took his certification or his licensing or whatever that was, when he had to go up to Harrisburg, PA. Someone said that was due to his behavior around kids, why he couldn't work in the school system anymore. So then he went out on the private, and he wanted to make his own school. But yeah, there's just so many components to keep up with. So you get lost in, like, I'm down this path and I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. He might not even wanted to do a school. You know what I mean? So it's just, this is how people get messed up.
Yeah, he couldn't do none of this stuff. None of the stuff that he's talking about, he could do even if he wanted to. He can't do it. And one reason why he doesn't work is because, once again, nobody's gonna hire Umar.
Yeah.
And especially now with him being a social media influencer, him all over the place. And another thing, Umar can't go work a regular job anymore.
No, he can't.
Umar can't go to Walmart and work as a cashier. He can't work at a grocery store. He can't work at a doctor's office.
He doesn't get along with people at all.
He could, but he could, but it would be hilarious as hell.
That's of course. I mean, he could walk from Delaware to Pennsylvania if he could. But let's just be real. I mean, he's not going to be able to do it.
No, he can't do that.
Yeah.
No, he can't. He can't do that either, because Jamal is already doing that. Hey, look, I'm having some technical problems. Like, I got two links open at the same time, and I can't close one. So, yeah, if y'all can hear. Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
No,
Yeah, I
I'm
can
saying
hear
there's an echo.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, we good then. All right.
Yeah, and I remember talking to him and asking him, and I said that on the one interview. I said, "Are you autistic?" Because and not saying anything like that, but I just when he said no, because there's a big difference in his persona, like his real persona. Most people don't see it because they only know him online. So if he acted like that offline, then I could understand. I could probably feel like he has those degrees, but his persona offline, just like talking, having a conversation off the cuff, Umar doesn't know a lot of stuff. Like even when he was on there, he had never seen a yellow watermelon. This is just like stuff that is acquired by being eclectic. I mean, if you like to read, you read everything. If you travel, you're not going to be on one beaten path. You're going to see most of the hot spots in that area. He doesn't have a lot of knowledge that comes with being at that level of formal education. He's not that person. It's like he's very well versed in one lane. It's like if I knew a lot about cats, or like what the guy Jay Witt was talking about on Lennon, he said he knows a lot about Rome, or that kid knew a lot about Rome. So when but if you take that child off of that subject and he can't perform or it doesn't expand, then it's kind of like solar intellect. And that's what it is with Umar. So I asked him, I said, "Are you autistic?" And he was like, "No, why?" I had to get up and go away from him because I know I'll show my emotions on my face. It was disgust because I knew right then and there, I was like, okay, this man is not who I thought he was. But there were so many people that were banking on the school and him delivering what he said he was going to deliver. I think at that time I was just trying to get him up to par so that person could, it wouldn't be a gap. It wouldn't be a gap between, his intellect and how he acts. Because I said he acts like a decorated hood dude, which ain't nothing wrong with it, but if that's what he was, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like if that's where he was going into, and that's why he attracts a certain type of people.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I was telling Terrence. I said he's an educated hood rat. That's what he is.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
That's a very good, Yeah, and see, I can switch over with him, but I didn't know that he had that. I didn't know he had that side of him.
This is Freddie. This is Freddie. This is Freddie.
I love it.
Hey, how's Freddie? Oh, he's camera shy.
Is it Calico? Or is that a tech?
No,
well, it wouldn't be. Huh?
Look, I call him a high yellow ass cat. He's big for you. And he go around here like a title, like high yellow black person. Look, you see it? Look, moving around.
Oh.
And then
I love cats. I do. Some people don't like them.
I love King Corso. I'm a dog guy, but that's my mom's cat. And then there's a tuxedo cat right here. That's my wife's cat.
Oh, okay.
But my King Corso died of cancer. I had to put him down here in cancer my day before his 10th birthday.
Okay.
So I ain't got no sense because I feel some type of way. But now I got all these cats in the house.
They are great pets. They can be.
Man, look, I like having a Corso because the Corso earns his food. I feed him. I can leave my door unlocked. My wife said, "You know, like when I had my own stuff, I always let the house door unlocked. It was like, you're not gonna lock the door? I'm like, send you in there. They're like, what the hell do you think? I'm like, somebody rolled up in there. We'll find the body.
You said that you have a pressure connect. Did you have a?
I said Ken Corso.
Oh, okay.
Or Kanye Corso.
A Kanye Corso?
Am I echoing?
Your volume is down. There's music playing. I think that probably.
Hold up. I'll fix that. How about that?
That's a little bit better. You sound like you're a while away, like far away, but.
How about that?
Same.
Hey, Scan Records, how sound you?
You said what?
No, you sound fine. I can hear you perfectly. I can hear both of y'all perfectly.
Okay. It might have been my phone. I might have had it down low.
It's the Umarians messing with you.
Boy, they been on me.
Jack. But we gonna have a bomb show. I mean, this show tonight is great, but tomorrow night, hey, look, after the Can Records, make sure you come to tomorrow night. We got Brother Flip, Dr. Clay is making an appearance tomorrow night. I don't know if y'all know who Dr. Clay is, but Dr. Clay is the man that Umar wished he was. This dude is actually doing the work.
Did you see the post he made today?
Who, Umar?
Yeah, somebody sent me a post. His arrogance is beyond, and I haven't seen him really care about any efforts. Like, he's not really rallying. He didn't go live to try to get people to say he doesn't want that school saved, and that's okay with me. I'm not complaining because he shouldn't be around kids, but
he's so trying to get a
Damn is going to continue.
Have a whole march for him not paying the bills. This is a dude that wouldn't march when he wouldn't march when them brothers got killed by the police.
Exactly.
Eric Gray, Floyd, George Floyd.
Yeah, he ain't rally nothing for nothing. Not Sonya Massey.
Not as hell.
Yeah,
he's serious as hell. He won't sit there and leave nothing. And all the people that he talk about in so-called talk, and some of them he talk down about, always led from the front. And this is one of the things that people was loving that I said, that this dude never leads from the front. He always leads from the rear. He's in the rear with the gear. He's in the background watching everybody's duffel bags, whatever, while everybody else is out there fighting the fight. He's armchair general.
Yep.
He's an
armchair revolutionary. Yep.
He will sit back and send you to your death.
Yep.
Yep. This dude have a fighting bone in his body.
Yeah.
He is not going to get out there and fight for you. This is not what he want to do. This is not what he does. He will rev you up and put a battery in your back to go out there and get your head knocked off.
Yeah.
While he's sitting in the back crushing cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it
is. What Umar is, and I figured it out. What Umar is a time waster.
A professional time waster. Yes.
And that's a part, and we have to understand something. That's a part of the scheme.
Yeah.
What he does is that he sends you on a wild goose chase to divert you.
Yep.
He sends you on this. He puts you on this hamster wheel, or put you in this maze, and you're trying to figure out which way to go. But at the same time, he's pretty much prepping you to really scam you.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what he does. soon as I started asking questions, he was like, "Oh, I need you to look up the furniture for FDMG." I did a Canva. I now, mind you, I got my own dates to hit, but I did the furniture for FDMG, whatever. Oh, it was a waste of my time. That's why I said he can't be around people that have real stuff going on, because and maybe that's why he ain't got his butt whooped, because he will waste people's time and it'll be detrimental. Like a lot of us, we have things like real things going on. Umar is just like pulling shit out of his ass.
Pretty
And then
much. Pretty much.
Yeah, he'll waste people's time. He's the type of person that will have parents move across the country. And he'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be opening up next week." He doesn't have any respect for you transferring the job, letting go of your home. You trying to do the right thing and put your kid in a good school. He'll have you move across the country and be like, "Oh yeah, well, we ain't gonna be open till next year," and feel no way about you being upset about it. That's why I asked him if he was autistic, because most people have a sense of remorse. He doesn't have any remorse.
No, Umar, which I was telling Terrence, Umar is a bad person. We have to understand
Very
that.
bad.
You have to come to that conclusion that Umar is he's a bad
He's
seed.
a sociopath.
He's a bad seed.
People think I'm bitter or scorned. I'm really not. And I think Lennon gets it, and a lot of other people get it like he does. I'm not being bitter. It's a fact of the matter. The things that you feel that you're doing mean to him, he doesn't care. His mother calls him the devil. His mother calls him the devil.
And that says a lot.
Yeah, that on it right there. I'd have put some pause on some people. Like, okay, maybe she is bitter, but your mama?
You know what mama calls me?
Huh?
You know what mama calls me?
What?
Snoopy.
Yep. Endearing. That's a sign of endearment.
I come in the bedroom right there or whatever, or whatever. My wife gets done cooking. She goes, "Thank you, Snoopy." Now, refill my water and my juice, my good thing. I'm like, really, mom? Like, I don't.
People gonna have to wake up, man, because he gonna take he gonna take everybody straight to hell. Wait till y'all see what he is, and he'll do something else, and it's like people don't even mind. He got up there and blamed Delaware for you know how many, and then he wanted to march on Delaware. That is Delaware, Wyoming, I could say, Nevada. Those are places good if you are a black business owner. They have really good setup with small businesses too. He's ready to march just because he's for his ego. It had nothing to do with
his bills, because he didn't pay his bills. So he wants to act a fool because he's responsible.
Believe it.
And I don't believe that he was irresponsible, to be honest. I believe that it was never an intention to do what he said. It was
he's very irresponsible. He's the type of person, if you sit there and the lights go out, he'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna pay the light bill."
Yeah, but I don't believe that exists. I said in 2019 that he bought those schools to keep the scam going. If you have a multi-million-dollar scam going and you got to spend $400,000 to keep it going, would you not keep it going?
Jesus, man.
And you collected over like Lennon Honor says 1.6 million.
It's been way more than that, I believe.
That's all he can show. But you said that you saw other money orders and checks in the house that had not been cashed.
Yeah.
Now, this is before. Now, think about all this that happened before you come along.
Yeah.
And everything's gonna happen after you left.
Yeah.
was way more money
Oh
than
yeah.
Honor has calculated,
Yeah.
and anybody else can actually fathom. This was a 10-year, over 10-year campaign that took the black community in a grip.
The other guy called 5 million. That sounds probably about
5
right.
million at the minimum.
Yeah.
At the minimum. Letting Honor is being modest.
Yeah, he's giving them fair, yeah.
Yeah, but 5 million at the minimum.
Yeah.
He had black single mothers losing their rabbit ass minds.
Yep, yep.
And then he had these hotel Negroes out here doing the most and actually trying to pull people in defense of this fool about to get their head blown off for somebody who within a week could not remember their name.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like I said it 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, and I said it now. You run up on my house, call your mom when you get here. Call your mom and say you the box when you get here. You go to my house, about some Umar Johnson, and think you're gonna do some harm to somebody because no, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
And you need to check who sent you. And all you send people for a name, like, come on.
Yeah, I had to really recover from yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's on you. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, as far as I'm concerned, I don't wish death on nobody. But I've read some obituaries with a great front.
Man. I don't think in that case, you know, I know people were saying, because I said me and Tasha K, but Tasha gets what he is. And a lot of people don't understand. We had a conversation before we filmed. Umar is, and then a lot of people know what he is. I don't understand where it has to be like a collective effort to try to get him out of the damn way, because he's dangerous. I don't think people understand how dangerous he is. It's not about not liking him. He's dangerous. He's very dangerous. Now, if he would have took a mob of people up to Delaware and it got out of hand, that would have been for nothing. That would have been for nothing.
Yeah, well, it was never going to happen. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier. He's a professional.
Because a series of events happened to kind of discredit him. But if he was at his top of his game and pulled that, like he went down to Florida with that Brenda Deppa, if he would have went down there with that arrogance and the way Florida feels about our own, we would have lost a lot of people. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it was never going to happen. Umar is I call him the ghetto chihuahua, the Hotep ghetto chihuahua. You know, he's just going to sit behind the fence and he's going to bark and holler and scream, but he ain't going to do nothing. He's not going to do anything. You know, and like I said, the march and all that other stuff, all those are distractions.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the frozen bank accounts for example. Like I said once before, don't believe anything Umar says unless he shows you tangible proof.
Yeah.
So in other words, anything that Umar says should be considered a lie.
Yeah.
Anytime he says anything, you don't think truth. Normally when a person talks, you kind of give them the benefit of doubt, and you're thinking that what they're saying is truthful.
Yeah.
But with Umar, it has to work in the opposite.
Yeah.
Anything that he says, you have to take it as a lie. Everything that he says, I don't care if he says it's raining outside. You need to go out there and you need to look outside to see if it's raining outside.
Yeah. Yep. I agree completely.
And the thing is that going back to the bank account frozen. First of all, we don't know where does he bank? How do we even know that the bank accounts are frozen? Okay, and it's so, you know.
Or even that he had a bank account. Like,
yeah, well, yeah, too, but it's so convenient that the bank account are frozen where he can't pay the taxes because the bank account is frozen. Isn't that how convenient? See, that's what I said. Umar is, believe it or not, Umar is one step ahead of you guys. Well, one step ahead of he tries to be one step ahead of everybody.
Yeah,
This guy
he
is
plays
a
a long
professional.
con. He does.
Yeah, this guy is a professional scammer. He's not an amateur.
A lot of stuff too, and you know what? You're absolutely right. He has perfected this craft. That is, and see, people are like going around blaming people for getting got, and I'm like, nobody sits and meditates on scamming. That's not a normal state of mind, or even to be in a headspace. That's why people are like, you didn't see the signs. No, because I don't hang around scammers. Like, I got good street knowledge if I see something, but I'm hundreds of miles away from this man on a text message. He could tell me that, something happened in Philly, unless I'm invested enough to go and look it up. I don't know what's going on. And I don't think that helps us in any way. And I don't want to be a person that's walking around thinking everybody's scamming me, because that's a different type of person. I think that he has been running this scam since college. I think that he perfected it in college. He made up his mind in high school, and he perfected it in college or throughout college. So he's been 20 years deep into this, and he's had people to try it out on in Philly.
Hey, Lynette.
Yes.
I want you to see this, and I want your opinion on it.
Okay. Let me get it. Because I'll be typing and talking.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Listen, leave a comment, let us know what y'all think. Last one, man. Let's so I don't know if you heard about Umar, man. He got some issue where he owes like something like $60,000-$70,000 on the school or whatever the case may be. Charlemagne talked about this.
Oh,
in particular. Wow. Yeah, he actually talked. You got to hear this shit. He talked about. Let's play.
Yeah.
The bank is not timeline as to when the situation is going to be resolved.
Let me tell you something. That video right there should prove to people that Dr. Umar is exactly who he's always claimed to be. Because Dr. Umar has never asked anybody for a personal dollar. People always think that when he's asking for donations, he's doing it for selfish reasons, but the school is in Delaware. Like, we can't sit here and act like that school is not in Delaware. We can't sit here and act like, he hasn't shown us all the renovations he's done on the school. I think,
So what's that have to do with his personal finances?
He said they froze his account.
What's that got to do with the school?
He says that he's paying all those bills through his personal account.
Well, that's not how you run a school.
Oh, Chris, don't you're asking too many.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe Dr. Umar just hasn't been up on his business the way he should have been all of these years.
I think that could be
I just don't think Dr. Umar would get out there and personally ask for money if he was using that money for personal reasons. If he was using the money he was in schools for personal reasons, even if his account was frozen, he wouldn't get online and expose himself like this.
Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. For my loyal supporters, if you can spare a few dollars.
Stop begging! Damn! Every time I turn around, you asking somebody for some money, son. Donations. You and Queen Mother Ifatun, they gotta figure that shit out, bro, like the rest of us. Stop jumping on these apps, begging us for money, son. We not giving you shit. Prince of Pan-Africanism. Need to change your name to the Prince of Panhandling. Pack you all the way up, Umar. Sick of you, son. Also, where the school at, nigga? Where the school at?